Podcast is intended for mature audiences. The views and opinions expressed are those of the panelists and do not reflect in any way those of the podcast partners, sponsors, or affiliates. Enjoy.
Hi, this is Michael Buffer, and you're listening to the Voice of the People. Let's get ready for Boxing Voice.
Every day I'm hustling, 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 hustling. Every day I'm hustling, every day I'm hustling, every day I'm hustling.
Canelo, are you ready?
¿Está preparado?
I was born ready.
Considered by many to be, pound for pound, the best fighter in the world today. 4-division, 5-time world champion.
Oh, look at this guy.
He is now boxing's first ever undisputed super middleweight champion of the world.
Damas y caballeros de Guadalajara, Jalisco, Mexico.
¡Viva México, cabrones! You don't know my level, and you will see, because I'm gonna fuck out everybody.
You know, I mean, I would love to fight Canelo. I would love to show the world that I'm the best.
I want to get Canelo out here to Houston.
Oh, Canelo, where your cojones at? Let's get it.
Payday, payday, you want payday. I know that. Man, you fight with nobody.
TheBoxingVoice.com.
Listos, pelos, chingazos.
He smacked the shit out of Canelo in
Get
person.
the fuck out of here, man. Please. I wanna knock out this guy. Mira, en este momento puedo hacer lo que yo quiera, ¿no?
Saul Canelo Alvarez.
SDS Promotions.
That's funny? You think that's funny?
What up, what up, what up? Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another Previews and Prediction Thursday TBV podcast episode. I'm joined alongside Ringwalk Danny Alvarez, and the King of Essex, Amin, in the building. We're going to be talking, obviously, this weekend's upcoming fights. We'll preview and predict, plus all the news and notes that's out there. Shout out to Blair. Cobbs got him a fight, man. What's going on, gentlemen?
Everything's good on this end, man. Everything's good. Shout out to Blair Cobb. He must have talked his way up into a fight. You guys had him up there at TBV, great platform in studio. He talked his way into a fight. I know y'all got a little what they call that, a commission or
Nah, they ain't give us nothing.
Damn.
They ain't give us nothing. But listen, that is what's that? Topic number 3. Let's jump into it since we started backwards, right? Like, my issue I'm having...
Hold on. Can y'all hear me? Hold on. I'm here.
Oh, the queen is here. I ain't even see you, queen. What up?
What up, though?
What's going on?
I'm good. Can you see me?
Yes. Everything's good.
Okay,
Everything's
what's good?
What's good, King? I ain't seen y'all in a minute.
We
Hey,
rocking.
good to have you back.
For real. Jam-packed show. Let's rock. So I was about to jump into the Alex Rocha Blair Cobbs thing, and I feel like Rocha obviously has more experience in the ring than Cobbs with elite level opposition, or at least world level opposition, but he's the one with the losses. Like, how is Golden Boy still promoting the Latino fighter over the black fighter, and he's undefeated? And you know, what does this tell our young African Americans? It's like, yo, we ask you to do everything, and even when you do everything like Blair Flair, you still don't get no love from your promoter. Like, you still the B-side. Like, how is he the B-side going into this fight? This is a common opponent with Virgil Ortiz. They should be building Blair up as an opponent for Virgil. Instead, they got him as a B-side to a Virgil victim. I'm just like, yo, why is it so difficult to promote black fighters in boxing?
You know what, though? Listen, do they got to remember the line? Check out that TBV mixtape. I told y'all, Golden Boy only paying Mexicans. No disrespect, but they got Rashidi Ellis in purgatory, whatever the fuck was happening with him. Now let me say this. Alex Rocha, pretty good fighter. I couldn't pick him out of a lineup. But Blair to Flair, you put him in front of a microphone or in the ring, and he draws that type of attention. So again, you've asked the question, what do you have to do to sell a fight? I really don't know, man. I think it's just, what if people believe in you, if they believe in what you bring, if they believe that you have value in the first place, because signing you don't mean that people believe in you. That could be a tax write-off. That could be taking advantage of the market, trying to, you know what I'm saying? That isn't necessarily belief in somebody. So I really don't know what it would take, but it's definitely going to take an element other than Golden Boy to help black fighters. I can tell you that much.
I mean, you being the Mexican on the panel, man, we're gonna have to revert to you and see, can you make sense of it? Why would Alexis Rocha be the A side in this Golden Boy co-main event? I have you know, this will be the co-main event to Virgil Ortiz versus Michael Mickinson.
Nah, man, really don't know why he would be the A side coming into the fight 13-5. Obviously, been beat plenty of times before. Been out of the ring, not long, but you look, had 2 KOs last year. Lost to Rashidi Ellis before that. I'm sorry, I was looking at his amateur record. He 18-1.
Yeah, he's only lost once, and I believe it's to Virgil Ortiz or Rashidi Ellis.
Yeah, Rashidi Ellis. So I don't know, man. Obviously that name is bigger than any name on Blair Cobbs' resume, but I still don't see, if anything, it's more of a 50-50 fight, right? Because Blair hasn't been in there with anybody, but he does bring the excitement in and out of the ring. So,
well, I beg to differ. Blair's been in there with Brad Solomon. Common opponent with Virgil Ortiz.
Common opponent with Alexis Rocha.
And Solomon is a good fighter. He was originally trained by Broner's original trainer. What was it? Mike Stafford. And, Solomon just, he never got that TV time. And then when they started giving TV time, it was kind of too late for him. Like, he was always that dude that was, inactive. And obviously he got some fights, but he hasn't been winning any of them. But he had a good fight with Blair the Flair. And I look, I'm not trying to make a big deal. It was just weird. You figure Blair the Flair, as flashy as he is, he can take the lead on the microphone. I'm shocked that Golden Boy didn't put him in that blue corner.
Or even, just some coverage of the fight. Even if they don't want to necessarily put him as the A side, I mean, the coverage of it, just put a microphone in front of him and let him talk about the fight. You know what I'm saying? I think, that in of itself, let him help himself at the very least.
I spoke to him yesterday and I'm like, yo, is it cool to announce the fight? And he's like, yeah, you could announce it. He's like, I don't know why Golden Boy hasn't been promoting it. So, he's not necessarily happy. And we didn't even talk about A side, B side, but you got to imagine that he isn't. Now, I get it. Golden Boy Promotions, Mexican-based promotional company. Virgil Ortiz is the main event. He's the Mexican. I mean, I guess it makes sense for Rocha. But, Floyd said it the best, man. Green print. The Mexican doesn't have to be the A side. He just got to be the opponent of the African-American. But nonetheless, it's a good co-main event. Rocha isn't an elite or world-level welterweight, but he is a contender. So if Blair can get a win over him, obviously it will, position him and keep him moving forward. I don't know what exactly this win does for him, Micah, because, again, he is with Golden Boy.
Maybe they're looking for something real quick. Maybe they're looking to line him up with Rashidi. His trajectory.
Well, Rashidi's gone. He's a free agent.
Gone. Oh, man. Well, God bless him. God bless him.
Oh, I didn't know that Rashidi Ellis is gone from Golden Boy.
Yeah, he needed that. He needed to get cut loose so he could do something.
Okay, yeah, I definitely feel like I think because I was letting you know that too, as far as like with Blair Cobbs, I definitely love his energy and stuff like that. So I really hope he like get a really a nice opportunity. He was talking a little spicy, certain things I might not have agreed with, but I definitely like his energy, especially when his last appearance on the Boxing Voice.
Yeah, I mean, and based off that last appearance, it's like, let's test is he all mouth? Let's see what he does versus Rocha. He's putting himself in there with the Crawfords and the Thurmans and the Earls. Well, you got and definitely the Boots, so he's got to show and prove. March 19th is this fight. He's once again scheduled to be on the Honda Center in Anaheim on the undercard of Virgil Ortiz. Did I give the right date, Danny?
No, what was the date you gave? Cause
March 19th.
That is
I'll
the
check.
date. Yeah, that's the date. No, that's definitely the date. It was just a different venue which you announced from.
Yeah,
What?
no, I did a mistake and announced Rocha's last fight
Yeah,
location.
no, this one is March 19th at the Gila Center on USC's campus in LA.
Funny that BoxRec doesn't have either fighter listed. No, they don't have the main event in Ortiz, nor do they have the co-main event in Alexis Rocha. But that was our topic number 3. Getting back into order, Eddy Reynoso says, and I quote, "It could be Makabu for Canelo in December." Something that you want, Alvarez, so I'll pitch it to you. You mentioned Makabu. Are you, I guess, patting yourself on the back? Are you excited? What's your reaction to Eddy saying that the third fight on the 3-fight deal with DAZN could end in a cruiserweight fight with Canelo moving up yet another division to try and take on, I don't know how to say his first name, but Makabu for his WBC title.
Junior.
Nah, it's really not Junior. It's like double L U N G. It's like Longonga or some shit. I don't know.
Everybody calls him Junior Makabu. No, I mean it's cool. I think I like him going back to Mexico more than the fight. Like I wanted the fight just because you can call yourself the only Mexican to be a 5-division world champ, and obviously it would then be a quick turnaround. After his September fight with Golovkin, John Ryder's name was also brought up, but I think they're trying to save him for a London fight.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm Canelo, originally it was an 11-fight deal with DAZN. You had, the Ryder, which didn't count, plus 10 fights. We were penciling Canelo to be done with his career somewhere around 37, 38 years old. He's 31 now. If I'm Canelo, I'm taking the Japan fight if Murata wins. I'm taking the Rada fight in the UK. I'll take the Congo fight with Makabu. You're a world champion. You're a global icon. Go on a global tour. You don't have to just fight here, especially if you can still get, and I'm taking that Middle Eastern fight, but especially if you can get the money. If you can still get the same money, why are you here? Like, do it everywhere.
Well, you know something? Let me add a little conjecture in here. Now, again, I don't like the Triple G fight, but if you're telling me that the Makabu fight is the third fight, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that because as much of a spectacle in boxing as we might consider what DePaul's have been done, this is a respectable spectacle, moving up the cruiserweight, coming off of light heavyweight, and then giving just fight fans an all-out grudge match. And then I think trajectory-wise, if he beats Bivol, he's probably going, hurt Triple G. So that'd be like a spectacular Canelo win. And then he got, Makabu. Now, those 3 fights, I'm a little bit more interested, not a little bit more, I'm a lot more interested in, and I'm just a little bit more satisfied in that run. Not because I want Canelo to have to fight a murderer's row, but I believe that there's a lot of history being made and that there's a lot, the first and the last are 2 equitable challenges. So that changes the whole complexion for me. But let me say this too. Hold on real quick. I will say I'd like to see a Coley slide in there and challenge Makabu and fuck Canelo's plans up. But that's another story for another day.
I just don't think that Makabu and Don King of all people would allow the fight to happen with a call. They'd be like, nah, why are we gonna mess up the bag? We waiting.
No, that's true.
So that possibly can be the third. Well, I've been saying little things on my Twitter and things like that. I'm okay with Bivol. I feel like Bivol, of course, that's a nice opponent. That's definitely somebody. Bivol is very nice. Certain things that I see from Bivol. So I understand what certain fans, especially hardcore Canelo fans, are saying. I've been on this platform. I've spoke highly on Canelo. I said he is a great fighter. We know that, certain things, but I definitely as far as him, I don't want to say I disagree with certain fans because I have gotten to it over the last couple of weeks about certain things about who Canelo is choosing. I wasn't really too fond or happy of him, with the second fight, him choosing Triple G, because I'm like, we already seen that. I understand what some people are saying, but in my mind, okay, did something happen? But in my mind, Bivol is good, but the Triple G, I really wasn't feeling the Triple G because I really wanted to see Benavidez or Charlo. I know certain fans are saying they haven't earned that right. I need somebody that I trust, value their opinion a little bit more to really break down to tell me when fans say they haven't earned, when they say that Charlo and Benavidez has not earned it. I completely disagree with that. I feel like they do have the opportunity. I understand, yes, Charlo didn't look his best in his last fight, but I still feel like he still has earned the right to possibly be able to fight Canelo. Canelo always was, at one point in time, he was not the top one. He had to earn that position to become great. He had to get the opportunity. Floyd gave him the opportunity at a certain time before we knew the Canelo that we know today. So in my mind, I just feel like as far as the most excitement and who I would truly want to see, okay, you do Bivol, but at least, spice it up a little bit and give us a Charlo or Benavidez. Now, I'm not one of them people that's saying, oh, Charlo or Benavidez is just going to outright beat Canelo. No, we know that. If you going to go up against Canelo, you got to come all the way. You got to bring the heat. You got to bring the juice. We know Canelo is great when it comes to being inside that ring. It is going to be extremely hard for anybody to beat Canelo at this moment in time. But what I'm saying is, for Canelo, me, liking Canelo, I might not agree with every move, but at least give Benavidez or Charlo a shot. That's just how I feel about it. I definitely don't want to see the Triple G. We seen that twice already. Makabu, so that's just my opinion.
I got Anthony Johnson with a Cash App that says, "Let's go, champ." Shout out to Anthony Johnson, been rocking out with us this whole week. Look, so I'm not mad at the Makabu fight. I mean, if you fighting Bivol and Triple G, I know I hear everything you saying, Micah, but at the end of the day, if Charlo got the Triple G fight next, we'd be saying how that's the best fight on his resume, the biggest name on his resume. It's a unification. We'd be souping it up. So, I can't turn around and say, oh, Triple G's old, I don't want this Canelo fight. If Andre got this fight, I know that there'd be, at least 250,000 Andre fans happy.
Now, hold on. What you saying next? You saying you can't turn around and say if Charlo got the Triple G fight. You saying if Charlo
I'm not mad. I'm trying to say I'm not mad at Canelo if he fights Triple G, because if Charlo got it, I'd be saying that's Charlo's biggest fight on his resume. I'd be saying, shout out to Charlo. He's about to unify the division. Oh, he better retire him. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wouldn't downplay the Gennady Charlo fight. Like, when they offered him $40 million and I thought he was going to take it. I thought it was going to be Charlo and Gennady. It just ain't. And that's what I'm saying. Like, I can't get mad at Canelo when I was begging for Charlo to fight Gennady or begging for Gennady to take the Charlo offer.
I mean, I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying to a certain extent too, but it's still different to me because it's a difference from Canelo fighting Triple G when we didn't already seen that twice, then even Charlo fighting Triple G because we know we have never seen Charlo and Triple G. And I'm just saying as far as even with fan bases that coming together, I just feel like a Charlo versus a Canelo is gonna bring something different to the table. You're gonna have different cultures coming. You know how it is with the Hispanic community, the Black community. Certain people feel certain type of way about certain fighters,
I
and
agree.
Canelo, as far as being Hispanic with the community, them coming together. I just feel like it's gonna be. That's one of the most exciting fights. And then, okay, let's say take away the Charlo, even Benavidez. I want to see. I know some people thinking, oh, is he don't have a shot, but Benavidez to me is a threat because of his power, because of certain things that he does in the ring when he throws the combinations. Yeah, it's still certain things he has to work on, and we know Canelo gonna get in the ring and he bring that work, but at least give it to that, at least give that to us, at least an opportunity for the fans. And I know Canelo is doing what's best for him, but Mike, I think y'all did that too, like with Mike Tyson. You covered that what Mike Tyson said, and I kind of agree with that. That's something else I posted on Twitter too. But anyway, I see what you're saying. This.
You know what though? I think part of the difference though too is that if Triple G fights any of those guys, it's a much more even fight because those fights are likely to happen at 160. That's my only gripe about Canelo and Triple G. It's not like Triple G, fought at 165 a couple times and then said, "Fuck it, I'm gonna go ahead and fight Canelo at 168." He coming straight raw dog from 160. He ain't never left his neighborhood. He don't even know how to pack to go down south. You ever seen somebody from down south try to go up north when they come to Jersey? They motherfuckers will bring a windbreaker, and they think like, yeah, I'm gonna be warm. Like, nah, bro, it's a different kind of thing. So him going up to 168 with no sort of, check, no kind of temperature check, no, to see if he bring that power up, to see, if he could take the power from, quote unquote, naturally bigger guys. That's my only issue with the fight. He ain't do that. He's jumping out there, coming to New Jersey in a windbreaker. It might be March, but it's cold. Let me tell you something, man.
Let me get to see some of these super chats. First up, looking like Supermex says, it's funny. As fans, we whine and complain about boxing going back to old days and then complain about trilogies as if there wasn't tons back then. I mean, I agree with him. There's plenty of people that had trilogies and more back then. I just think that right now we got social media. Everybody's voice can be heard, so we're hearing it.
I'm okay with a trilogy. Some people miss my point, and especially like Twitter, you can't sometimes because you got to keep tweeting, so they kind of take it out of context. It's okay for me to see Canelo versus Triple G. I'm just saying I didn't want that to be the next two. Like we've already seen it twice, so can we wait and get something else possible? But I know boxing is a business once again, and Canelo is doing what's best for him. But I'm saying as far as taking that, like how I say, take that analyst hat off, what I truly want to see, that would not be my number one option. And I feel like most people, well, I don't want to say most people, but a lot of people feel that way. I don't want to see a Triple G. I'm not complaining. We can do it. They can do a trilogy. I'm still going to watch it. If you're an actual boxing fan and you love boxing, you're going to still watch Canelo versus Triple G. The whole point is, what is the most exciting, spicy fight? And to me, that is not the most exciting, spicy fight at this moment in time.
So would you rather see Canelo Triple G a third time? Or David Benavidez and David Lemieux 2 weeks later?
I mean, of course, probably a Nello versus Triple G, but that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying I want of course, if we got to choose from that, that's a difference. But I'm saying we talking about what I want to see Canelo go up, who I want to see Canelo go up against. That's an automatic. I'm going to go with Nello versus Triple G over that fight.
Agreed. All right, so moving on. We got a lot of fights to talk about. March 4th, Fresno, California. That's actually tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen, on ESPN Plus, the app. Jose Ramirez gets in the ring versus Jose Pedraza. It's the battle of the Puerto Rico versus Mexico. They're bringing it back to ESPN. 12-round fight. Good fight. I feel like Ramirez should have more in the tank. He's fresher, younger. But I'm not counting out Pedraza. I'm really not. Two-time champion, slick fighter. You know, he gets hit more than I like him to, but, you know, I'm not going to count him out. Ramirez should be more active. He should bring that Mexican pressure. Pedraza isn't the biggest puncher, so that's why I'm leaning Ramirez, especially the house fighter. I know Pedraza's been with Top Rank for a while, but he's always been the B-side, you know. So I'm going Jose Ramirez. He's still with Robert Garcia, I believe. So I'm going to go with Jose Ramirez, not Pedraza.
Yeah, I'm taking Ramirez. I'm taking Ramirez as well. The only thing that really concerns me, this is his first fight since the Josh Taylor defeat, and you know that was what 9-10 months ago. So definitely not the most active. Jose Pedraza, you know, he's on a 3-fight win streak. So it definitely should be a very fun and entertaining fight, that's for sure. But yeah, I'm taking Jose Ramirez to come back after his first loss.
I mean, Micah?
I was gonna jump in there. I want to root for Pedraza. I want to, but I think he's just a little past the expiration date. Ramirez, as Danny alluded to, coming off of a loss to Taylor, I don't think he's going to be in the dumps about this. I think this is a good fight for him to bounce back to. Pedraza could, you know, if Pedraza could mine the power, you know, he could get confident in the late rounds. That's how he kind of got this resurgence in the second part of his career. You know what I'm saying? Like he would be patient, and if he couldn't get hurt, you know, he could outbox and steal a couple rounds. I don't know how Ramirez is feeling, but he's certain got that pressure, and as long as he stayed busy and kind of overwhelm Pedraza, you know, I don't want to say easy, but it shouldn't be that difficult for him to get the victory.
So I noticed, like, with Ramirez, sometimes he makes it harder on himself. You know, sometimes I feel like he doesn't simplify it when he's in the ring at times. So I'm looking to see as far as what has he worked on just from progression from the Josh Taylor fight, because I noticed even with the Josh Taylor fight, with the controversy, what happened with Jack, when Ramirez fought Josh Taylor, I felt I feel like Ramirez really could have still, even though Taylor did excellent, Taylor did really good in that fight. But if Ramirez were to utilize certain things a little bit better, to me, like King Amin said, Ramirez is more of a pressure fighter, comes at you with certain things. He's not per se, you would say, more like a pure boxer. He's more of a, you know, very active fighter, and just like I was saying, a pressure fighter. So I am going to lean more towards Ramirez in this fight. But getting back to what I was saying, as far as when Ramirez fought Taylor, I noticed certain things that he didn't do, and I felt like as far as with him utilizing the jab or keeping Taylor more at bay, and just really, you know, if he could, I felt like he couldn't kind of outbox Taylor, and that's what Taylor did to Ramirez in that fight. So I'm just really looking to see what type of Ramirez, how he's going to look in this fight. And I feel like with Pedraza, just watching some of his film, if he's more calm and settled in and he keeps his composure, I feel like this could be like Danny said, it could be a very entertaining fight. But to me, in my mind right now, just off the top of my head, yeah, I'm going to go with Ramirez from what I have seen by him throwing combinations, coming at you consistently, and seeing has he learned certain things from his last fight.
All right, I got a counter punch coming in here, looking like James Benitez, who says, Queen, happy you're here. Make me a believer. David fight prospect level fights and post to be a boogeyman. I call BS, but educate me on David.
Educate you on David. What, James? It's been a long day. It's been a long. I can't educate you right now. Have you paid attention, James? You know you didn't. We didn't talked. You know, and we didn't message, and you come back in the message and be like, Queen, you was right. Dang, y'all know sometimes y'all underestimate me. You be looking at me crazy, side eye when you like, what is Micah talking about? Her prediction. You didn't went on the videos. You didn't laugh, and then you didn't came back. Not saying you in particular, James. Some of y'all men that came back in the messages and told me, yeah, you was right. I ain't see it like how you thought. You was right, Queen. So listen, James. What I'm not saying Benavidez is gonna beat Canelo at all. We know Canelo, got the juice, okay? But when I'm saying Benavidez has certain things as far as that power, when he unleashes them combinations, when he comes at you, it could get real spicy. It can make Canelo could feel some type of way. He gets hit a certain way, then things could, alter. You never know, because boxing is unpredictable. Not saying now, Benavidez has also showed us certain flaws. He definitely got holes in his game where Canelo will expose them. We know what Canelo is great at what? Setting traps. He's great at fooling you, thinking that you got him, but you really don't got him. Remember what I said about the Plant fight. Y'all remember that prediction, how I told you what was going to happen. Some of y'all thought Plant had it. Newsflash, it didn't happen. But with Benavidez also, what I'm saying is certain things, just like with Plant, I saw certain things. I knew it was going to go. It was going to go longer. It went to the 11th round. Plant doesn't, to me, have as the power that Benavidez has. So with a strategic game plan with Benavidez, not quite, because I don't even think he's in his prime yet. But with that power and certain things he can do in the ring, it could get spicy.
Well, that's the one everybody's waiting for. So we'll see how long.
I hope that Canelo. Come on, Canelo, give us some. Who got the plug with Canelo? Come on, listen. Come on, just fight Benavidez for us so we can see what it's looking like.
Yo, speaking of Canelo, man, let me go to this here. Where is this? I'm gonna just put. Here it goes. Wait, wrong one. Fuck. Fudge. All right, let me find it.
Today, Nestor.
Dead silence. I mean, thank you guys.
Nah.
You're all wonderful. Here it goes.
But, a lot of fans, Mike Tyson, Floyd Mayweather, they feel like Benavidez is the best fight.
I don't care. I don't care what they feel. At the end of the day, no make sense for me, right? They don't have nothing to offer me.
Do you think it'll happen before you retire, though, Canelo, if he keeps winning?
Yeah, maybe.
What were the deciding factors?
Yo, how he gonna say it don't make sense for him, though? Yo, you gotta feel some type of way, Alvarez. How he gonna say Benavidez and Charlo don't make sense for him? The way Eddy broke it down, Eddie's like, look, Charlo would have been moving up challenging for Canelo's belt, so it doesn't add any legacy to Canelo, and Benavidez doesn't have a belt either. So him moving up the Bivol, that's a challenge. The trilogy with Triple G, that's legacy. So I get all that, but for Canelo to say that they don't bring nothing to the table, like, come on, man. Benavidez, that's a big fight.
They bring, obviously they bring the name, but he's saying as far as like, what have you done lately? and it's his right to feel that way, and that's what he's saying.
Y'all know what that is, though, right?
What?
Logic.
That's that. Well, it's logic.
That's that logic.
That's that A-side slut talk, man. It's purposely insisting that. And now, granted, it's logic in that when you talk about the value of the fight, on paper, okay, I'm moving up and I'm fighting this guy. But like tangibility, what we would remember is, yo, and he stopped Benavidez' big ass. Or, yo, Benavidez was leaning on him. It looked like Tyson Fury just doing some shit. Like, those are the things we would remember. So, yeah, it might be more on paper as far as the contract. Yeah, it might be whatever. But the shit we will remember will be toe-to-toe.
Yo, but he's saying right now, he's speaking on what, 2022. David's like 24, yo. Like, you know what I mean? That's gonna happen. He gonna handle that.
What that mean? Just because he's 24. Once again, I'm gonna keep stating it. Floyd gave Canelo.
How was he when he fought Floyd?
Let me say something real quick, King. Right. We need to pull up how old was Canelo when Canelo fought Floyd. Number one, my whole point of the thing is, like King was saying too. Now, King, you be talking crazy. You almost got me in trouble at work the other day too. The stuff you was saying, I was listening to TBV. But that's that A-side slut talk. What you just said. And it's about, and I understand, like I said, the power in the business. But at the end of the day, what I'm saying is Canelo is not. What have they done? They're undefeated still. You can say, what have they done? What has anybody done? Okay, Bivol, yes, he has the belt, but it's other. Yes,
they has the belt.
He has but Triple G, Triple G. This is the third time. You can give another.
Triple G won't be bringing a belt because it'll be at 68.
Okay, that's what I'm getting at. All I'm saying is, yes, Bivol has the belt, but you can also give other people an opportunity. I have no problem. That's what Canelo wants to do. He's all about controlling his destiny, make his legacy how he wants to choose. But that don't mean we gotta agree with it. And just like he's saying, he don't care what have they done. But I have to disagree with Canelo when he's saying what have they done. That's why I'm trying to get somebody to break that down to me. He's saying what have they done, but they still are undefeated. And Canelo got an opportunity. He didn't. Correct me if I'm wrong. Did Canelo have a belt at that time?
Yeah.
Okay.
He unified with Trout.
No, I'm talking about when he fought Floyd. Okay, and then
Yeah, when he fought Floyd, he had the belt from Hatton. And then he won the WBA from Trout, and I guess he fought Floyd, right, Danny?
But because Charlo still has a belt. Andre still has a belt, and my whole point is, okay, Canelo had it, but he was still young.
They won't fight each other. That's the point. They won't fight each other.
Who won't fight each other? You talking about Charlo won't fight?
Charlo, Andre Benavidez, Plant, Chris Eubank,
all of them.
Anthony Durrell.
Man.
But Benavidez has been on record and said he would. Well, I don't know. Like I said, boxing is so different with the politics and business. But I thought, and correct me if I'm wrong with this too, hadn't Benavidez was saying that was like a year or two ago though. Now when Benavidez said he would fight Charlo.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. It hasn't happened. It ain't that hard. Y'all both with Al. Y'all, and I know for a fact no contract was even offered. All it was talk. I know that for a fact.
Now that's the part I do agree with. It is not Canelo's burden that everybody got to sit around and wait, with their hand on their pockets. Like, yeah, I'll fight him.
Now that's true.
Everybody want to fight him. You know what I'm saying? But again, everybody plays that game. It's A-side slut talk because why are these other guys not fighting each other? Because in their mind, their O means something more than the next man's O, and the sanctioning fees that they pay to their belts, you know what I mean? It means more instead of them trying to, match it up. And I can't explain that. I can't justify it. But what I can say is that if they did fight each other, I mean, really, It's not really these other guys. Let's just look at it and say Triple G. He fights some of these guys. It's at 160 against any of those guys. It's a great fight. But what is he doing? He's saying, nah, I'm too big for you little guys. I want that trilogy with Canelo. You know what I'm saying? So he's doing the same shit he's accusing Benavidez and Charlo and Andrade of doing. Everybody's doing it. And that's heavy as the head who bears the crown. Trust me, I know. Canelo, you just got to deal with it. If your head too heavy, take the fucking crown off. But everybody's going to expect for you to set the pace. And then the next guy with the biggest bag behind you is going to set the pace. That's Triple G. He don't want to split that bag because he want to get his bag with you. And so subsequently, the guys behind that, they don't really have a bag to split. Caleb Plant is probably the next blessed guy because he coming off of the Canelo luster. If Caleb Plant decides he wants to fight somebody and say, yeah, I bet you I could tell you who's good enough to get in the ring with Canelo because I was just in front of him. That fight might bring a bigger bag. But again, it's for him to choose.
Now I do agree with both of you, Ringwalk Danny and King. I mean, right, you can't just sit around. Of course, if you really about that, y'all need to fight each other, do something like that. I'm not saying wait around, but then again, with boxing, how do we know they not sitting around? Like, well, of course, I'm not, maybe somebody like a Ringwalk Danny or Ness or something like that, got more of the inside scoop of who would be fighting who next and certain things like that. So, but my whole point is, the fans don't know that. We're not behind the scenes and knowing what is Benavidez, because to me Benavidez comes across as if he with it. He wants the juice. So I don't know what's going on behind where he like, okay, well, if I can't fight Canelo right now, I'm gonna fight A, B, and C, or I want to fight Charlo. I don't know what's going on. So we just kind of really assuming, making assumptions of what possibly could and couldn't happen.
Yep. Let's see here where we at. We got Gabriel Flores Jr. taking on Abraham Montoya in a 10-round junior welterweight. No, I'm wrong again. Junior lightweight fight. That's the undercard of Pedraza versus Ramirez. Never heard of Abraham Montoya. Obviously, we know Gabriel Flores Jr. He suffered his first loss, so this is his bounce-back fight. Montoya, 20-0, 2 losses, 14 wins by knockout, 1 draw. Coming into this fight with Gabriel Flores with 2 wins back-to-back, 1 loss before that. So at least he's coming in off a win.
So
yeah, no, obviously. Oh, go ahead, man.
No, I was gonna say, I don't know. Is this I don't want to say like a cash out, but are they trying to really see where he's at, like mentally more than physically? Because to me, when you give your fighter that you put a lot of money into, you invested, he's one of your future prospect guys, and you put him in, he's coming in off a loss, and you put him in there against a guy that's coming in off of 2 wins. I understand matchmaking. This don't seem like the usual top-ranked diet. I mean, this seems like a little something. So maybe they seem to think that G-Force needs to be tested and not just a confidence builder. Maybe a tougher fight. I'm just guessing. I don't know. I didn't even check this guy's box rec. But
well, I'll tell you this, man. This gentleman here, Montoya, when he lost, he jumped right in the ring with someone that was 12-27, obviously picked up that win. But his last fight was an undefeated fighter in Mohegan Sun. So he was obviously brought in as the B-side for the Mohegan Sun 12-0 undefeated fighter, and he beat Alejandro Guerrero that day.
Yeah, so this is what I'm saying. This is not just an opponent. This seems like this is going to be a guy that's in there fighting for his shine, and Top Rank matched it as well. I would like to pick, G-Force, but something tells me this guy, I don't want to go fishing for the underdog or fishing for the upset. But like I said, when I heard his record and I don't know, something tells me this guy could do something different. So I'm definitely going to have to watch this one. I'm going to ride with G-Force, man, but
I'm gonna go with Gabriel on this. I'm glad Ness said he ain't know who that was, cause listen, I'm a basketball head plus boxer. So when I looked that up, I was like, who? So yeah, I'm gonna just look to see how it's gonna go. But I'm gonna go with Gabriel on that.
Yeah, man, I'm taking Gabe Flores Jr. as well.
Yeah, me too. Me too. Gabe has been a friend of the show for a while now. I want to hope that he bounces back. I want to get him on the show. I know he's in that Vegas area. Get him in studio. So, yeah, man, I'm riding with Gabe on this one. Joet Gonzalez is on the undercard as well. He's taking on Jeo Santisima in a 10-round featherweight fight. I got to see Joet spar Rayo, Venezuela, and, man, I'm going Joet. I don't know who the fuck Santisima is. He sounds like he could be Dominican with that name, but I'm going Joet.
Hey, listen, I'm big on Joet. I don't know him personally, but when him and Shakur was going through that situation, they had the family ties.
Oh, I know Joe Santisima. He's the dude that fought Emmanuel Navarrete. He only got he got 3 losses, but his most recent loss was on ESPN to Emmanuel Navarrete. He had been on a long fight win streak, but all those wins, most of them in the Philippines, just like his 2 bounce back fights since losing to Navarrete.
Yeah, but Joet looked good. Didn't Joet just come off a loss to Navarrete as well?
He did. But, again, I got to see Joet spar. He looked good in the gym where it really matters. Obviously it don't matter more than the fight, but you know what I mean.
No, I got Joet for sure. It's just, I guess I'm saying Joet has been in there against Shakur Stevenson. He's been in there against Navarrete. Joet, throw them losses out the window, man. He is a game-bred fighter, and I like the way he fights. Does, have to remember to try not to buy into, his machismo, because he just start, wailing away, man. But if he really tightens up that defense, man, he could be something to deal with down the line.
Word.
Yeah, cause Joet took Navarrete to 12.
Limit.
Yeah, he took him to the limit. Navarrete with the length and certain things, very awkward type of fighter. So to me, I feel like sometimes a loss is not a loss. It's a lesson. So with that being said, him going up against 2 elite fighters like a Shakur Stevenson, like a Navarrete, I feel like he learned even more. So I'm definitely gonna roll with him on that one.
They was doing a lot of hair combing in Navarrete's corner when Joet was boxing him up. A lot of hair combing.
Yeah. Nah, Joet lets hands go, man. He probably got to commit a little bit more. Commit a little bit more so that, he could earn a little bit of respect in there. But we got Richard Torrez, the Olympian, making his debut in the heavyweight division. So Top Rank bagged them another Olympian, man. They on their job when it comes to signing. You got to wonder what's up with PBC. Like, have they signed any guys? Because I know Matchroom signs, and I know Top Rank signs.
Maybe they already got it. Their roster's too full, man. They got to,
it's definitely full.
They got to eat what's on their plate. You can't be, glutton. You can't be a glutton. You know what I'm saying? Eat what you got on your plate before you ask for more.
Yeah, man. I don't know. It's gonna be interesting to see how Richard does in the pros, man. He's a really short heavyweight. I feel like we ain't seen heavyweights. Like, obviously, you got guys like Andy and Joey DeWeco and whatnot, but very interesting.
Remember, the Dominican heavyweight just beat Cassius Chaney, who's undefeated, was undefeated 20-0. So, short heavyweights can have some success out here. Obviously, Tyson was a short heavyweight. He had his success. But we also got another Olympian, Karlos Balderas. He's in an 8-round fight, but these are all to be announced. No opponent. Charlie Sheehy, he's also in a 4-round fight, no opponent. Antonio Mireles, no opponent. And Javier Martinez, no opponent. And then over in San Diego, where you were at, how was the press conference? I mean, do tell us, man. Think you're on mute. Danny? There you go. Hello? Okay, I don't hear you. Or Micah. Maybe I should just I'll call you guys back, see if that works, because I don't know. Seems strange. All right, let me ring them back. Yeah, so it's definitely a Skype thing because it is frozen. Shut your face. Fucking dog always crying. Who wants a bulldog? Get rid of her little crybaby ass. Who wants a bulldog?
Hold on, why can I hear y'all but now it's froze?
I hear you. What's up, Micah?
Okay, I'm about to go out and in again. It's literally not.
All right. Well, I guess Skype is having some sort of technical difficulties if we all experiencing some sort of glitchiness here. But hopefully Danny joins and we get this thing going. But in the meantime, I will open up the phone lines. We were just finishing up the top ranked card. We haven't talked about the next card that's going to be in San Diego, as I did want Danny to touch a little bit on the San Diego trip, as he was in the press conference for the announcement of the Dimitri Bivol taking on Canelo Alvarez. But it looks like Danny has joined us. Sound is there. Yeah, man, do tell me about the press conference, man. How was it?
Champ, you hear me?
Perfect.
All right. Yeah, no, press conference was great. Obviously, was able to get some time in with Canelo, Eddy Reynoso, the light heavyweight champ, Dimitri Bivol. No, man, it was cool. Not a Caleb Plant press conference. There was no slapping or punching going on. But as far as access, it was good. I liked it. First time in San Diego.
Yeah, was that how different was like the venue that they chose for the press conference? Since, this is not normal. They don't normally do press conferences in San Diego. I just figured they did choose San Diego because Canelo trains in San Diego and the fights are happening Saturday with Chocolatito and Julio Cesar Martinez in San Diego. So it was just location.
Right now, the logistics just worked out perfectly. Obviously, Chocolatito and Julio Cesar Martinez fighting Saturday night in San Diego, Eddie Hearn event. And then, with Canelo living and training in San Diego, it was just convenient for the press conference to be held here. Now, it was nice, practically right on the water. It was nice. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, man. So moving into the San Diego card live on DAZN. Remember, if you don't got DAZN, you can always use the link in the description below to get it. Better get it now before the price goes up. Lock yourself into that $100 a year before it becomes $150 a year. And remember that the Canelo fights will be on pay-per-view and not part of your subscription. But as a subscriber, you get $20 off. As a non-subscriber, you will be paying $80 to see Canelo fight. So we got Roman Chocolatico taking on Julio Cesar Martinez. I'm going to go with Julio Cesar Martinez on this one. I just think that Chocolatito is, he's as old as Triple G, if not older. Like, he's from that era. It's like, it's time that he, takes a chill pill, I feel like.
Michael, who you got?
I'm gonna go with who Ness rolling with on this. So going with who Ness rolling with.
I'm taking a draw.
That's how tight you think it's gonna be?
Nah, for sure. I mean, Julio Cesar Martinez moving up 2 divisions. We just saw Bam do. Different skill levels, different levels of opposition. Chocolatito is you know, he a hell of a fighter, bro. I was in Dallas for the second Estrada fight, and I thought Chocolatito won. I thought he beat Estrada. So yeah, I'm going with the draw.
So you made your pick? Oh yeah, you said you were following me. So we
Hold
got
on, Ness. I'm talking about I'm following you. Who you say you was going for again?
I'm
I
going
came
Julio
in.
Cesar Martinez. I'm picking
And-
against Chocolatito.
No, I seen Chocolatito fight though. I had to think about that for a second. I might have to. Yeah, I might have to. Yeah, I gotta look at that again. But yeah, I'm gonna roll with you, Ness. So don't be messing up my
Your
predictions.
street,
I'm
don't
rolling
mess
with
up your
Taylor.
street. I got Mauricio Lara definitely over Emilio Sanchez in a 10-round featherweight fight. Lara is the upset special that beat Warrington, so I'll be going with him.
Yeah, no, I'm taking
Kinda
Mauricio
familiar.
Lara as well. So I expect him to come out with the victory.
Not as familiar with these two.
All good, all good. These are the lower weights. What do we got here? Diego Pacheco, under the training of David Benavidez' father, Jose Benavidez Sr., he's going to be taking on Genic Palma or Plana, and that sounds like he can be from the Philippines in an 8-round super middleweight fight. I don't know if he's really Philippine because I never seen a Philippine be a super middleweight, but, you know, Filipino be a super middleweight. Let me see. No, this guy looks definitely, he is from Pristine, Kosovo. All right. Well, Pacheco's here to get this win without a doubt.
Yeah, I'm
picking
taking Diego
Pacheco.
Pacheco.
Yeah. I'm thinking Pacheco. Diego
Nah, same.
Pacheco. Micah, you making any predictions on this one? All good, all good. So Pacheco is one of those, up and coming prospects, just changed trainers to Jose Benavidez Sr. And, he is getting a developmental fight here to see how him and Senior mesh together. But he's a big boy. He's getting that sparring with David. He's being pushed. He's training alongside David. I expect big things from him now that he's with that team. I got for those that don't know, Pacheco sparred with Canelo to get Canelo ready for the Callum Smith fight. He knew all about the bicep gang plan. He said Canelo was doing that on him in sparring, punching on his bicep. So he definitely attested to the true power that Canelo has. We got Mark Castro taking on Julio Madera. I'm going to go with Castro in the 6-round lightweight fight.
Yeah, same, Ness. I'm taking the rising prospect in Mark Castro.
So I'm gonna go with y'all on the ones that y'all chose. I'm going with y'all on these.
And the last two, I don't even know. Sky Nicholson.
I ain't even like with the undercard. That's the.
I don't even know these last two. Sky Nicholson and Anthony Christopher Herrera, both A-sides. One is a woman's fight. That's Sky Nicholson taking on Bree Howling in a 6-round women's featherweight fight. And then Christopher Herrera, he's fighting the TBA. Pretty much that's about it for your Top Rank and your DAZN card. That's Friday and Saturday. So you have boxing on Friday on ESPN, then on Saturday on DAZN. Topic number 4 is the CEO of Matchroom, Eddie Hearn, saying that Anthony Joshua may get an interim fight if possible before the Usyk rematch, and obviously that's due to everything that's happening with Alexander Usyk and the invasion of Ukraine and yeah, you know, this is a good thing. I said it once, I'll say it again anytime that I get a chance. This is a great thing for Anthony Joshua. If he can actually get a interim tune-up fight, oh my God, you know, to actually work on some things with the new trainer and watch those things in an actual fight, that'll be great for him. You know, so, you know, one man's misfortune is another man's gain.
Yeah, I agree. I think Anthony Joshua's that might help him out a little bit. Cause yeah, he need to work on some things after what we saw when he fought Usyk. So yeah, if he can get that and then, you know, double back on Usyk afterwards and see if he, you know, progressed and improved on a few things, then I think that'd be good. Help him out a little bit.
Nuts, but who would he fight? I mean, what name would be good enough for him to step in there with, but also safe enough to not blow the Usyk
I
opportunity?
mean, you know, Eric Molina, rematch. Derek Chisora, even though now he's...
That's dangerous. Chisora is dangerous.
Yeah, but it's the wrong danger for AJ. AJ won't lose to that type of fighter. I don't think so. I don't think AJ loses to that style, you know.
Yeah, I would hope not. Ooh, yeah, he can't lose to Derek Chisora. But
damn, you got me thinking.
Did they say any names or anything yet, or that was just it? Like that was just the report with that. Okay.
Yeah, no names were said. When I spoke to Eddy yesterday, he was basically saying Joshua don't even want to do that, but it is a possibility given what's going on with Usyk.
Mm-hmm.
What about a Trevor Bryan?
That's a good fight, but Trevor Bryan's probably already in contract with Dubois and Frank Warren, and it looks like Frank Warren's got an influx of cash this year. He is out here working.
Nah, for sure. Frank like an old white guy at the strip club. He just letting all the money go. Everybody get in good office. Obviously, he won the Zach Parker and Boo Boo purse bid as well. So
yep, that's what I'm saying. He got an influx of cash, bro. He won the Fury purse bid over Eddy, and he won the Andre purse bid over Eddy, and he already got Trevor Bryan. Everybody wanted Trevor Bryan in that belt. He got that shot, so he working this year.
yeah, I don't know. If it happens, that's good. You know, like you said, give AJ time to work a few things out. First fight back, and since losing the Usyk, and be able to, you know, work some of that stuff out in the fight that he's got with his new trainer.
Yeah. I agree. We can go ahead and open up the phone lines. We do have a couple of news and notes. Some of these are actually very good, and some just don't make any sense. Like Josh Taylor offers Jack Caddaro a rematch at 147 with no belts.
That's ridiculous.
Exactly.
It was his last fight at 140.
How is that a consolation prize? You might as well don't even say that. Like, why say that out your mouth? That's disrespecting me.
Like why?
Does my pay go up if I beat you at 147 for no belts? Does my pay go up? No, the fuck it don't.
What's the point?
Exactly.
And then I already felt like I beat you. I already felt like I beat you anyway. So I'm gonna fight you with no belts, or like you were saying too, Ness. You know, is my money, is my guap gonna get better, or you trying to play me? That's what you trying to do. So you telling me I'm gonna rematch you, and I already done felt like I didn't beat you, and then you saying I ain't gonna get no belts with it? Nah, we not doing that. That's how I feel.
Yo,
tell us how you really feel. Damn.
Switching subjects to another little news and note, man. You know, promoters promote, man, but damn if Oscar's not trying. How is he out here talking about in 4 to 3 years or 3 to 4 years, Canelo and Ryan, man? Like, this dude is serious with this too.
Yo,
Canelo and Ryan, what?
Fight each other.
What?
Yeah, you know, since they beefing on Twitter. Since they was beefing on Twitter.
That was on Twitter?
Yeah, they was
Oh yeah,
beefing.
that's man.
You
Yeah,
know,
that's wild. That's
Oscar.
He
wild
said at
talk.
168. He said, "Dan, you think Ryan could get?
165. He said 165.
You think Ryan could get to 165? When? How many? Well, he said 3 to 4 years, right? It'll
That's
slow
real?
Canelo down. It'll slow Canelo down. Danny, is that you thinking about it, Danny? Is that how you think about it, looking in the air and shit? He's like,
nah, man, it's just first of all, Oscar, you know he on that blue magic for making those comments. First off. Second of all, let's just go ahead and entertain his nonsense and say that fight happens. I got Canelo in 10.
Damn, 10? You giving Ryan hella years.
10 seconds.
I mean, hella my
10 seconds. I would say, dang, 10.
I was about to say, Dan, you giving Ryan hella rounds to last.
Hell no, 10 seconds. That's it. That's all you getting. And every time Canelo hits him, he gonna be talking about, say that about Eddy again. Say it about Eddy again. Say you sorry. Bro, he gonna fuck him up. Also in the news and notes, you got obviously Eddie Hearn saying that he has made a significant offer to Kell Brook to fight Conor Ben next.
I like that. What about y'all? I like Conor Ben, Kell Brook. Kell Brook beat Con up, and he showed some spunk and durability. Yes, Con is fragile. He's not, Terrence Crawford. And neither is Ben. He's up until now only slightly tougher than Khan. We don't know how tough he is. Can he get past a Kell Brook that should be past his prime? I like that fight for a guy like Conor moving up. Not moving up, but like coming up. You know what I mean? Like that would be a good fight for Boots. That would be a good fight for Virgil. That would be a great fight for fucking Blair to Flair. So I like that fight for Conor, man. Eddie doing his thing if he could secure that.
I definitely like that because also it's gonna let us know, okay, even though Kell Brook, passed his prime and certain things like that, but we saw certain things with the Khan fight, and it's going to me, it'll let me know certain things about Kell Brook as far as going up against somebody with a younger fighter, and I just feel like with the Kell Brook situation, yeah, we gonna see if he really still got even more spice. So that way he might get a even another fight after that, especially if he do good. And then we get to see, like you saying too, what Conor Ben is truly made of, going up against a seasoned, decorated fighter in a Kell Brook. And that fight, everybody that really support me, I'm talking about the genuine supporters, watching the Kell Brook versus Amir Khan fight, I have something that I'm going to hold out. I ain't going to tweet it. I ain't going to let nobody know until the time is right. It was a really big aha moment. It showed me something. And people that's really tapped into me that know I really do this, that break down certain stuff when I really do my research, I would urge everybody to, just pay attention the next month or so, because I'm going to break down something very key that happened with the Kell Brook versus Amir Khan fight, as far as dealing with two other boxers that everybody know that's really well loved. I'm going to put 2 and 2 together, and some of y'all going to really understand what I'm saying. It's for other people, it's going to go over your head. But I noticed something during that Kell Brook versus Amir Khan fight, and what Kell Brook did even before he fought Amir Khan. So those who really listen to me and pay attention and understand what the Queen says when I say it, just make sure you be on the lookout for that. But yeah, I definitely like that Kell Brook versus Conor Ben, because it's gonna let me see some other things that I've been looking at.
I am with you. So Magdamed Karabanov fight with Patrick Teixeira is postponed after Russia sanctions. The bouts were scheduled for March 26th in Russia, so that is off now, and it will be looked to get rescheduled, hopefully when the WBA and others start to sanction Russian boxers yet again. Conwell says, I'll be breathing down the neck of Jermell Charlo by the end of 2022. And Charles Conwell is, the fighter. I hate that that's how we have to promote him, but like this is a brutal sport, and unfortunately, in this sport, some people don't make it out the ring, and Conwell was in a situation where his opponent did not make it out the ring in a fight that they had. He is an undefeated 154-pounder. He is a super threat. I've watched him spar against Derevyanchenko and Hakeem Nurse and others, and I know that he's the goods. And now the money's behind him. For those that don't know, today it was announced that Charles Conwell is with Probellum. Go figure, when Lou DiBella announced last week that he was with Probellum, and he's the promoter of Conwell. Conwell is also with Split T Management. So what exactly is Probellum? If Conwell already has a manager in Split T, a promoter in Lou DiBella, what is Probellum? I don't know, but it's money. Money he's going to need to get his name out there in order to really get a Jermell Charlo fight, who has all the belts, plus has, Erickson and Fundura basically knocking on his door trying to get a shot, and they're in-house. Last note is that's it. We did them all. We're going to open up these phone lines for anybody that wants to call in. You already know the number to call, 14255695241. Press 1 one time. Voice your opinion right here. Voice of the People hotline. Don't forget to add Nestor Gibbs on Skype to be part of the conversation.
Remember to rate us 5 stars on iTunes.
You can also click the Skype link that is pinned in the YouTube live chat right now. And by clicking that link, it'll put you right in the Skype conversation, and then you can rock out with us as well. We're going out to AMG in Oklahoma.
Subscribe to youtube.com/theboxingvoice for the latest and greatest interviews with your favorite fighters.
What up?
Hey, what's up, Ness? What's up, Anna? What's everybody doing?
What's good? What's good?
A lot of topics. Main thing I wanted to get into, I know I hear this argument being used a lot, right? Where Canelo fights somebody and they're like, well, but why won't he fight this guy? The other guy didn't fight nobody either. They're just holding a belt. But that's the thing, right? I think they're missing the point. The point is that nobody differentiates themselves from anybody else. So until somebody does, yeah, you can sit there and critique them, but there's no pressure because everybody's just doing the same shit. Everybody's just waiting.
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited for this weekend, though. This weekend's going to be good. I got Chocolatito beating Ray Martinez. I think Ray Martinez, he's just too sloppy. I think he's going to get caught. I got a little bit of money on that one, actually. Let's see, what else? Oh, Pacheco. I really like Pacheco. Is it just me, or I feel like he still needs to grow into like his man body. He still looks a little too lanky. He's tall as hell, but I think it's going to be real good once he just gets a little wider, I guess. Yeah, shit. I don't know. I don't remember any of the other topics. There was a lot of stuff today. So that's it.
All right. You sure? All right. All right. Make my day easier. So Charles Conwell says, with Probellum in my corner, I know I'll be breathing down the neck of Jermell Charlo by the end of the year. I'm confident I'll be in a mandatory challenger position where he has no choice but to fight me. And as my nickname suggests, I'm bad news for the entire 154-pound division because I'm coming for those titles. And when I get them, mark my words. I'm 16-0. I'm already ready to step up and become the world champion, which is something I am destined to do. Now, obviously, Probellum and, like I said, DiBella signed a deal earlier this month, but the company Probellum said that Conwell is the first major signing in their partnership. So they got their eyes on Conwell. And let me tell you, he is no joke. With money behind him, he's about to be a problem for, I guess he's coming for Jermell. We'll see how Jamel handles that power, because that shit is real. Moving on to Hawk, Maryland. What is up?
What time is it? What time is it? What time?
Hawk in Maryland.
Tommy, I can knock you out, man.
Holy shit. Holy shit. TheBoxingVoice.com.
Great show. Yes. Dan and Brandon. I'm out.
SDS Promotion.
All right, bro. First off, ladies first. What's up? How you doing, Micah? And
Hey.
great work over the last couple of days with Ring Walk Danny. He did some great work. I saw the interviews. Yo, Nat. Oh, my fault. Let me hold up, Nat. What's up, super producer Brandon Lynn? But yeah, yo, Nat.
What up?
Bro, when I was hearing these names, bro, I thought HBO was getting the band back together. I heard Chocolate Cheeto and GGG. Ain't that their pound for pound list favorite? That's 5 years ago?
Yes, sir.
Oh, my goodness. I thought HBO was getting that band back together. They was coming back. GGG and Chocolate Cheeto in the same sense. But I don't really know much about the fights this weekend, but I did notice something. I want to know if you noticed it. Earl Spence and Canelo Alvarez both had their press conferences this weekend. Yesterday at the same time.
I think they had the same day.
Around the same time.
Same day, I believe.
Yeah, same. Yeah, it was the same day, but it was almost like the same time. Point I'm making is, you think they setting something up for the future?
Nah, that's too. They wouldn't be thinking this early.
Yeah.
But you know, Canelo already said it. He willing to fight him. You know, Earl got to do what he got to do.
Yeah. Hey, and I was like, they put the press conference the same day. But you know what? So was Ryan Garcia. His was on the same day too. So his was on the same day too. So maybe
Ryan Garcia
I
press
don't
conference
really know.
fake.
It did, didn't it? It was weak.
That shit was
I don't know.
dark
Then he
as
was hugging the
hell.
guy. It was weird, man. That was a weird one there, and they ain't really put much into that. Yeah. But what's fights with Chocolatito fight this weekend?
Chocolatito versus Martinez, and then you also got the ESPN card on Friday on Top Rank.
Oh, okay. I got it.
Yeah, you got Ramirez versus
any good
Pedraza. The Top Rank card is actually good. It's a solid, at least the first three cards.
Ramirez.
Yeah, you got Jose Ramirez, former unified champ, taking on Pedraza, former two-time champ. Gabriel Flores taking on Abraham Montoya, and then you got Joet Gonzalez versus Jeo Santisima.
Oh, I'm gonna have to go with Ramirez. I mean, Pedraza is pretty good though, but I'm gonna have to go with Ramirez. I might go against Chocolatito on this one too. You said Martinez, right?
Yep, Julio Cesar Martinez.
Yeah. Yeah, Julio. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with that one. Julio on that fight, but I really don't know much about the fight. As it just hearing GGG and hearing Chocolatito just made me think about HBO again. That's all. It was crazy, but that's it. A great show, y'all. Hello, Micah. She's beautiful up there. Helps the show out. Nice little trinkets for the show. Yes. Y'all have a great day. I'm out.
How you gonna say a trinket for the show? You terrible, man. Yeah, man. Ray, the business.
I almost. Who was that, Hawk? I'm like, dang, you did just at the end, just had to slip something in the end. I'm gonna be quiet though.
Ray, the business. What up?
What's up, my man? How you doing?
Straight, man. What's good with you?
Just got home, just left training. I'm exhausted, but I gotta hop on the #1 boxing podcast, give my 2 cents. Like I said, as the designated representative of the redheads in boxing for the boxing voice. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So what's your take, champ? A lot to talk about.
So what are we talking about? We're talking about Canelo.
Well, obviously, every day there's something new in Canelo news. But
Right.
yes, Eddy Reynoso says that December could be Makabu. And then we're talking, obviously, Friday night's ESPN card with Jose Ramirez headlining against Pedraza. You got Gabriel Flores on the return. Joet Gonzalez also there. The debut of Olympian Richard Torrez. Then you got DAZN on Saturday with the Chocolatito versus Julio Cesar Martinez card. Eddy saying Joshua could take an interim fight now that Usyk's out fighting a war in the Ukraine. Blair the Flair Cobbs, woo! Got a fight on the undercard of Virgil Ortiz and Michael Mickelson versus Alexis Rocha.
All right. Yeah, we do got a lot. Shout out Blair the Flair. Guy's quite a character, but he's cool. I like that interview y'all did with him. First, let me talk about the fights that are coming up. I just want to say, man, I love when they split up the fights and they do like a Friday card and then a Saturday card.
Yeah.
So I'm not juggling around, looking back and forth, flipping channels, having to set up 2 TVs, none of that nonsense. And then I have 2 days worth of boxing where I can, sit back, relax, watch the boxing. My fiance doesn't really like it too much, but I gotta get my boxing fix in. You know what I mean? I'm like an addict in the game. But as far as the Canelo thing goes, man, listen, I don't want to be like, oh, I called this from the get-go, but I pretty much called all of this. When we were talking last week about, okay, which deal is he going to go with? I was saying he's going to go with Eddy because of 2 things, the goals, what they can provide. PBC doesn't really provide anything besides 2 title defenses against
2
guys
big
that.
checks.
Yeah, 2 big checks, but if you can get the same 2 big checks and accomplish something in there, especially a road to undisputed at 175, that's huge. And then the other thing, which might even be the biggest factor of all of it, is Canelo saying that, hey, at the end of the day, I like doing business with Eddie Hearn. We have a great business relationship. We enjoy it. It seems like it's somewhat of a bit of a personal relationship as well. And they're friends.
Hell yeah,
so
he's super friendly with him. You see them throwing little fake shots and feints at Eddie at the press conference. Like, they're friendly as hell.
They're boys. And then even Eddie is funny, man, when he's talking on IFL and doing all the interviews and whatnot. Even interviews with Ringside. Shout out Ringside Danny. He's saying he's
ring walk Danny.
Ring walk Danny. Yeah. He's talking about, man, I'm over the moon. I'm a fanboy of Canelo, but still promoting and whatnot. But it's good when you have that type of relationship as well. And then the other thing that I had kind of threw out there too was I was even saying, man, I wouldn't be surprised if Canelo adds a 3rd date in December. And then what do you know? Here we are talking about a 3rd date in December with Makabu, because if they're going to petition for that fight at the conference, then it has to materialize at some point. Last year he had to make that title defense, that mandatory defense by the WBC that everybody likes to complain about and call in and expose themselves as a casual when they do complain about that fight. But when have you ever seen Canelo fight on a February? This guy just made up an extra date and said, hey, guys, let's head over to the Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. J Balvin, come on down. We're going to go knock out this guy real quick and, satisfy the WBC's mandate.
And do it for $8 because it was on DAZN.
Yeah, absolutely. So, get that out of the way real quick. And, like I said, all these people call in, oh, what did Abney Yildirim do? Blah, blah, blah. Guys, don't out yourself like that as a casual. Not that a casual is a bad thing. We need casuals to drive the numbers. But, if you're going to be calling into the show, you got to come a little harder than that. You know what I mean? But, yeah, I like the schedule Canelo's lining up for us.
Yeah, man. What do you think about these fights?
Next time that's why you need to come on so we can see your face, because
yeah, he on the wrong Skype. He always go to the back call.
It's easy, it's a relaxing Thursday. This is a relaxing Thursday, but I'm gonna have to give you that work one Thursday. I told you that. I'm gonna have to give you that work one Thursday.
I'm waiting for it.
You be talking spicy, so we're gonna have to.
I'm ringing you up. Do you see it? Can you see it?
Yeah. Give me 1 second. Yo, do it one more time. I'm sorry, I just accidentally denied it.
Nah, man, you done. Nah, I'm joking.
I'm canceled.
I'm joking.
Yeah, Ray,
Hop on there.
we gonna have to see. It's
All right,
like it's a mellow.
Let me get to this
It's mellow right
counterpunch.
now. It's a mellow Thursday. I gotta get more. You know, that energy gotta
Here
come.
we go. Am I live?
You're live. Let me get to this
What's up,
counterpunch
Greenwalk
real
Gang?
quick from Hawk in Maryland. Hawk, talk to me.
Yo, Nuts.
Yo.
Hey, I had to come back in. I had to come back in. I respect Micah's sports mind. That came off wrong. So I had to call back to tell her, I mean, I meant no disrespect. My apologies. That came off wrong. I just wanted to say she was beautiful, but I don't know. When you run around and you talk what you talk to women, and then it came off wrong. Apologies to you, Micah. I respect your sports mind. TBV #1.
Thank you.
I'm out, man.
For sure, Hawk. That was nice of him. Shout out to Hawk. Ray, take it away. Or Micah.
No, I ain't said no. I just said, I be noticing a few things that that Ray say. I'm saying.
Come on. Give me the counterpunch, Micah. Give me the counterpunch.
I didn't forgot. Now Hawk did too. I didn't forgot what you was saying something. I did want to make a rebuttal against it, but it kind of.
You should have heard me last week. I was saying Canelo was undefeated and all this crazy stuff.
Oh yeah, I mean, the Floyd theory. The Floyd.
What you
theory.
mean he's undefeated?
The Floyd theory.
Remember, Floyd made Pacquiao. He made Cotto undefeated because Pacquiao sucked him down.
Well, he's not undefeated. I don't know
when Floyd fought Cotto, he told the world Margarito cheated and Pacquiao sucked him down. So really, Cotto's undefeated.
That's what he said. He said, I view Miguel Cotto as an undefeated fighter. So if we keep in the same energy, then...
you going back. Yeah, okay.
It's Floyd's own words. It's not me saying it. It's Floyd. So that's what I'm saying. But yeah, if you want to bring some heat.
Okay, right. But
some other hot takes if we want to go.
He's not. But let's be clear though. I understand because I know you saying that because that's Floyd's own words. But let's be clear. Canelo is not undefeated. Floyd Mayweather is the only one that is undefeated. It's 50-0. It's not Canelo. He lost to the great Floyd Mayweather. He learned from Floyd Mayweather. You remember when he was in the ring with Floyd, that defense that was so great, he couldn't hit him, he could not touch him. That's what happened. So it's not. No, I know what you're saying. For other people, it might go over their head. And yes, you probably know boxing. The three of you combined together, because once again, I'm not one of them people that's I admit I'm going to be wrong sometimes and I don't know everything. That's why it's good like a show like The Boxing Voice, because I'm able to learn and become more informed because I watch other sports. And a lot of people, once again, my main thing, even though I do a lot of boxing now, that's where my views and stuff come from. My main thing is basketball. So certain things you guys are going to know more than me, but I still research and do certain things. So I do this and I'm going to give out that work when I know I can give out that work. But Ray, what I'm getting back to my point, it's only one undefeated. His name is Floyd Mayweather.
Alvarez.
It's not Canelo. We're not going to change that narrative. We're not going to do that.
I don't know. Maybe we need to ring up Floyd, ask him, right?
Yeah, we ring him up, and Floyd going to say TBE, the best ever to ever do it, to touch in that ring. Canelo could not do it, could not touch him. Canelo, once again, I am one of them fans. I give Canelo his credit. I say he's great. When he get in that ring, I understand some people because I didn't want to, I try not to bring certain things up, but you get it from both sides. We know being an African American woman, then the Hispanic community, certain things like that is back and forth and things like that. But I can say this, regardless if I don't agree with everything that Canelo does, I have to give somebody their just due. When I know that when they in that ring, when I see certain things that he does, that uppy is nice, how he strategic, his game plan, how he set traps, certain things that I see, definitely excellent. But when it comes to, when we talking Floyd, when we talking Canelo, Floyd is numero uno.
Nah, I mean, I feel you.
Back
You know what I
then.
mean?
Back then, though, right? Back then, not now.
What,
Well, he's
Floyd?
retired. He retired now, so I can't
Well,
have no.
yeah, for sure. You know what I mean? He had a draw with Logan Paul, so it's not a big deal.
Wait, that wasn't a draw? Was it a draw? Did they announce it a draw?
Yeah, no, there's no winner. It's just an exhibition, but we all know what happened.
I forgot about that. That was crazy.
I'm just trolling.
And Floyd ain't pay that boy. Something about that boy ain't get paid. He's suing Floyd. That's crazy, man.
Yeah, usually I like to look into that kind of stuff, but honestly, to even dive into that and go down that rabbit hole of like the legalities, usually I like that kind of stuff. You know, the contracts, like the actual business behind everything. I like looking into that stuff, but even that, I was like, nah, who cares? It's Logan Paul.
Yeah. I kind of cared, but not enough to do the research.
That's what I'm saying. I cared a little bit.
It was intriguing, like, oh, wow. Like, Floyd found a loophole to not pay this dude? Like, that's crazy. Like, I don't think he got no back-end money.
Yo, and that's what I think the issue was at hand. I think he said something about the back end money. Floyd told him, man, you ain't been in this business long enough to understand the real money's on the back end. You got to wait years. I'm still waiting on checks from 1998.
Yeah.
I did see that.
Yeah, they got him waiting, man. They got him waiting like, yo, you ain't going to get nothing until Floyd pass away. Then your royalty checks kick in. That's crazy. I'm going out to New York City. David Maldonado, what up?
Listen, Vegas don't know nothing. The world don't know nothing. Only I know everything. We did it first, and we motivate even the greats. Oh, what a big shot by Lopez! I told everybody.
TheBoxingVoice.com.
What he done to the boxing world to be number one in a junior weight division?
SDS Promotions.
Yo.
What up?
Hey, what's going on, man? Between me, Old Dirty Bastard, J Mac, and the guy with the church intro, we got the best intros, man, straight up and down. For real. Yo, it's about time. We got a beautiful face on the show. Micah K, welcome back. Micah K, welcome back. This show was starting to, no doubt. This show was starting to look like, in the words of Tyson Fury, the sausage voice. Thank God we got some beautiful minds back on the show. Another fighter that should be undefeated on that note should be Teofimo Lopez, because he was sick. Yo, Ness, I know you're gonna talk some crazy shit. Anyway, here's my solution for Dimitri. Yeah, you already know, man. Yo, here's my solution for Demetrius Andrade, being that he got a chance to get the fight with Canelo if Canelo beats Bivol and if he beats Triple G. Why don't Andrade just block the third guy? Andrade should go fight John Ryder and then move up to one. He don't got to go to 195 because he's still going to be the biggest name on Makabu's record, but call Makabu down to like 180 and fight Makabu. Be great. Pernell Whitaker went all the way from lightweight to junior middleweight just for a one-off. Why don't you do it? Let Andre do that to get the Canelo fight. If he don't do that, then I don't want to hear his name no more. As far as Charlo got to fight David Benavidez, and he got to fight Chris Eubank Jr., and then he gets the Canelo fight. Whoever wins that, because those guys to me are all on the same level. Who else I'm going to touch on? Let me see. I'm cooking tonight. George Cambrosos is going to fight, what's his name? My boy from North Philly, Hank Lundy. He's going to fight Hank Lundy, and Devin Haney's going to go to Dubai to get that bag against Billy Dibb. And while that fight is happening, I'm gonna be using my Manscaped because I'm not watching that fight. That's going 12 rounds. Because, you know, Devin Haney ain't knocking him out. And Pedraza versus Jose Ramirez. I'm rooting for Pedraza because he's Puerto Rican, and I give him credit. He's the only Puerto Rican that actually has a couple of wins in the Mexico-Puerto Rico rivalry, but he's not elite. So at the end of the day, I'm rooting for him, but I'm picking Ramirez because Ramirez is a more proven fighter. Either way, the winner of that is probably going to get the Teofimo ticket to get slapped around before Teofimo fights Josh Taylor. And that's pretty much my call.
All right. David, shout out. If you're on Skype, go ahead and use that hands up feature, man. Go ahead and raise that hand. Let me know who's available, who's ready to rock out. I'm going to go ahead and get to these super chats in the meantime. So once again, if you're on Skype, raise your hand. Let me know who's ready to rock out. It makes it easier. This way we don't play unnecessary intros and stuff like that. Looks like we got James Benitez that says, King, I mean, what you think of Colbert? Rep for New York, didn't he? Glad you from New Jersey, bro. So am I, right? About Ness Cat for saying Gary Russell can't fuck with Colbert. Salute. Yeah, all right. Let's make that fight.
Hey, look.
My man gonna come back hungrier than ever, man. It's still BK all day. Prime time on Showtime. You already know I ride with Mons.
Well, listen. Let me say this first and foremost, okay? When we was talking that New Jersey, New York, I remember, I forgot whether it was my guy Big Nick or one of my other UK brethren, and they said, oh, I'm biased. I'm riding with New York. Don't you ever ride against the bricks. It's much more gritty, my friend. Don't ever do that ever again in life. That's number one. Number two, excuse me, damn, I got Shakur in the brain. I can't wait till he beats the shit out of Valdez. But Gary Russell and Chris Colbert at 130. That's the fight to make. Both of them coming back off a loss. Yeah. Russell gets to move up to 130. It's under PBCs. Sink or swim. You got the New York DC rivalry. Shit, throwing Wayne Perry and Alpo just for the New York DC rivalry. Demencio, whoever the fuck you want. It's a great regional rivalry. I love that fight. Please, and TVB got a way of making fight. Go ahead, Queen. Beat that drum.
Yes. That's crazy you said that, King. When we was watching the Colbert versus Garcia fight afterwards, we were saying the same thing. We like, Colbert versus Gary Russell. I feel like that'd be lit. Because, they both need, that bounce back. Certain things has happened.
I take Farmer versus Colbert too, though. But even though Farmer want to go to 35, my bad.
I like that Farmer fight.
Yeah, I like that too. But
I think Gary needs to do that rematch because with two arms, I think he wins.
I agree with that too. Honestly, I know that was a little controversial. I know some people were saying Maxayo had won that, but even when I was even scoring the rounds, I still was giving certain rounds to Gary Russell. So I felt like with two hands, definitely Gary wins that fight. Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
every day. I'll tell you what. I know what it's like from firsthand experience to be fighting and your arm pop out of your shoulder. That shit sucks with somebody punching you in the face. So, shout out to Gary Russell for doing what he did. And, it was a close fight. Some people scored it either way. But with two hands, it's just different. Because it's not only two hands, but you got to deal with that pain. That shit hurts.
Mm-hmm. And to me, Russell was still, with that one hand, still throwing very clean, accurate punches. Maxayo really didn't impress me the way I thought. Shout out to Maxayo. He gave me a nice little shout out. So I was, I'm trying to be nice. I'm trying to be nice right now.
You don't want to shit on him right now, right?
Yeah, he showed the queen some love. But I have to be honest about what I saw. And I really felt like, listen, Russell definitely needs to run that back. But I want to get back to this Colbert versus versus Garcia, because I need the people that really mess with the queen. I need to really start getting my respect, because if you hear my breakdown, you hear my prediction. If you hear what I said, if I was a woman of betting, or my husband, we might need to start doing a little betting, because Mike could really bring that juice when it comes to this prediction game. And I wish I would have went with my first mind, because it would have been an upset, because I saw with Garcia with the power, I just wasn't all the way as confident that he was gonna possibly like I said in the prediction video, if he was gonna win, he was gonna have to go to that body, break Colbert down, because with that fight, even though Colbert, not to get it twisted, Colbert is nice. It's still certain things that I like from Colbert when I see what I see from in the ring. But I have to go with what everybody is saying, the power aspect of it. I just feel like Colbert, like it showed in that fight, like the lack of power. I don't know who's he's going to be able to really, deal with or take out. That can he? Okay, like Ness is saying, he gonna come back, but will he be able to even? Can he take out a Gary Russell? How would that fight? Because I would right now, looking at Russell fight, a healthy Gary Russell, and then Colbert, I would still lean towards Gary Russell. How would you guys lean towards in that one?
I definitely got Russell. And, speaking of which, you guys mentioned Maxio right quick. Gary's in a good position, believe it or not. You know what I'm saying? Because if that Maxio rematch is available, okay, that's, in a way, it's kind of like revenge, but the redemption, that's revenge. The redemption is moving up and taking out a young lion like Colbert. That's redemption. That shuts everybody up. That makes all of Jane Benitez fucking super chats a tax write-off, because he can finally cash in and say, I told y'all about Gary Russell. So I think he should go for the redemption as opposed to the revenge, man. And I think that's a great position. He don't have the pressure of the belts no more, and he don't have to go after it. He can say, yo, I'm going after something different.
Well, even if he goes after the redemption or the revenge, at the end of the day, it's something that we won't see till probably mid-2023. So, let's not get too ahead of ourselves. It's Gary Russell we're speaking of. So he's not going to fight for another 15, 16 months, perhaps longer.
And he got a heel.
I forgot he got a heel. We looking at Christmas next year, maybe 2024. I might
the next election.
Bro, I might. You hear me?
Damn, yeah, shit.
Yo, but the thing is, King, to what you're saying though, like, all right, we were talking about this Colbert versus Gary fight, a couple weeks ago, months ago, or whatnot. But does it still have the same pop to it now that Chris lost, or does it look like he's just going up there to say, okay, I'm trying to get the wounded deer now. He's already lost. He's already been defeated. Now that I've seen him defeated.
They both wounded, so it works. They both wounded.
And picture the press conference. I ain't going to lose twice. This Chris Cole, I ain't going to lose twice. Gary Russell get up there. Man, I ain't losing the shorty. I ain't going to lose the shorty. My shoulders are all good now. Man, fireworks. I'm telling you. And again, in that regional aspect, it's an exciting fight. And I do think, it's a shame because some people are picking Gary. And we're talking about, again, not getting ahead of ourselves. Danny got to always level us with the boxing reality. But let us dream for a little bit, right? You got Gary coming in there with just the speed, blinding speed with one arm. He did that. And I think Colbert has his own type of speed, but I think we're not really looking for Colbert to do the same thing he's been doing in these fights. I mean, he has to be confident and outlasting and not, overwhelming. I think his thing was just overwhelming and outflashing opponents and just kind of bewildering with the speed. And then against opponents that he wasn't really concerned about their power. You know what I'm saying? My man invested in the body, put some water in the basement. You know what I mean? And that shit just went totally different.
In the IQ, it's going to show. Gary Russell versus Colbert, we're going to really see as far as game planning. I'm real big on strategic game planning. There's certain things like when I go back based on, of course, this is not what we talking about, but I'm saying like with Canelo, when we talking with Eddy, Reynoso, certain things with certain fighters, the greats, the people that really get the job done night in and night out, they have that certain strategic game plan. And I feel like it was something that Colbert said prior to prior to the interview, I don't know if everybody peeped it or not. I'm real big on words and what you say even before you get into that ring. When he talked about as far as, he really didn't watch a lot of film. That was a red flag to me. Before he got in that ring that night, and Colbert said he really didn't, watch as much. I understand it was a short notice, but when you really want it and you really that one, you got to make sure all your T's is crossed, your I's are dotted. You got to make sure you got to come in and take it, because Garcia was hungry. So what I noticed even with Colbert, as far as some things, I feel like Garcia was prepared. He was up for it. And I feel like Colbert, I didn't see enough adjustments during that fight. And so what I'm saying with Gary Russell, even just not with the hand speed, because we both know both of them have, that hand speed is elite, very fast hands, and they'll throw the combinations, they'll get the job done. But what I'll be looking at with the fight between them is the IQ and the adjustment making, to see who really is going to have that slight edge over the other person.
No, that's a really good breakdown. But since we are on the topic of fights we won't see for a very long time, I think we should do Arrow and Bud next.
Call him Mr. Sarcastic. Hey, so we got some callers. I'm going to James Benitez, got the hand raised. Let's get to these phone lines. What's up?
SDS Promotions.
Real hate, man, that's like an art form, man. It's like you like a born hater, like myself.
And I really don't care about this Boots shit, man.
I'm here to tell you right now.
Boots needs to just hurry up and just fight somebody that we actually give a damn about.
We don't care. Let me tell you, we don't care.
Charlo with the little Instagram post or whatever with the signed signature. Man, there's no way in hell he signed up to fight no Canelo, man. 2 other knockdowns that Wilder been knocked down and the footage been scrubbed off the internet, man. We all know that too.
Winner of the 9th annual Player Hater of the Year award is
James Benitez. I know what's coming this side.
I think I deserve that award too, man.
Yo, good evening, panel. Good evening, panel. Micah, I'm here. I'm really glad you're here, man. Ness, ringside, man. Y'all some haters for real, man. I ain't got nothing for y'all, man. But King, I appreciate that breakdown and everything. Salute to you, man, showing your support to me and everything. I really do hope I can cash in on that write-off. And, real talk, man. Like, your boy Cobra, man, he still celebrating like he won, man. He out here doing donuts with luxury cars with Danny Garcia when he need to really be apologizing to DSG about not really talking about how he ain't throw his damn hands. He need to be like, damn,
you terrible. You remember everything. You terrible, man.
Absolutely, you can't be talking all that shit, and then Colbert out here looking backwards and everything. Like, man, you know what? I really want to fight Gary Russell and then move on to Tank Davis or whatever. Shit, you can't even get through Hector Garcia and not watch a film. You lack discipline. So a fighter like that lack discipline to watch film, even if it's 2 weeks or whatever, you need to be studying your opponent, because if you're gonna step in there with a real dog and everything, you gonna get fucking dog walk. That's how I look at it, man. Your boy is nowhere near that level, man. Now, some of the other topics, man, I'm so tired of Canelo, man. Just can't wait for the fight. Ray the business, I agree with you and everything on a lot of things you said. Hell, I think I was even one of the people that said, hey, I really do support the Makabu fight. And if it happens, it happens. The fights this weekend, I got Pedraza. That's my Puerto Rican side of me and everything, so I'm hoping that he wins. Other than that, man, I'm really looking forward to what 2023 has to bring for the lightweight division. For the junior welterweight division, because I think that's going to be the hottest division next year. It's pretty much like how we talk about every other day about how we talk about the welterweights now. You got Gary Antoine, Montana Love, Devin Haney, T.O. Shit, you got like 10, 12 names and everything, man. It's going to be a war. So I think we need to go ahead and get prepared, because we're going to be seeing a movie next year. And, back to Gary Russell, man. Ness, man. I can't wait till that fucking fight happens. I can't wait till you get Gary Russell in the studio. And I can't wait till you talk to your boy Chris again, man. Because your boy Chris quit, man. And you can go ahead and tell him that one of your callers straight up said that he quit. Gary Russell damn near beat that boy, and most people was out on one arm. What would have happened to Colbert if he was fighting with one fucking arm, man? He would have goddamn threw in the flag. You and I both know that from what we saw the other night, man. That's my call.
I don't agree with that. But you know, everybody's got an opinion. You know, he lost, and he's a very outspoken person. So this is what happens. You know, you put yourself out there, people gonna have
The
something
thing,
to say.
I'm sorry, Ness. I'm gonna let you finish.
No, I'm good.
The only thing that I would say, you know, because I was on the show that night, Chris was talking spicy with Shakur. So I think that's what really when I when Shakur was going at it, and you talking spicy to Shakur Stevenson, it's like, you know, pump the brakes, because when we seen that performance, it's like, Chris, you know, come, you know, we expecting we expecting you to do, you know, different things than what we seen in that ring. It was not nah, you gotta, yeah, you gotta tighten up. You gotta come harder than that. That you
It
can't
wasn't
be.
all that. He know my body.
You can't be doing all that. You know, we was on there. We was all on there together. We like, oh, it was juicy, you know. But come on, you gotta bring it.
This is true. This is true. We going out to Big Fish Vega. What is up?
Let the little fish go so that we can catch the big fish later.
I'm the big dog at the welterweight division.
WBC and IBF welterweight champion of the world.
At the end of the day, I'm a way better fighter than Terrence Crawford.
TheBoxingVoice.com.
Me and Terrence Crawford on this side of the street.
We cleaning our side of the street, then we coming after Crawford.
60-40 or 70-30, wherever we get.
Say something else. Say something else.
Big Fish Vega.
Big Fish Mafia. It ain't a movement, it's a lifestyle.
SDS Promotions.
Good evening. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
All right. You know, we got Pedraza on Friday. It's a good fight. I'm wondering, seeing what Ramirez is going to be like after the getting twice by Josh Taylor. Pedraza, I know he lost to Cepeda, and I think his first fight at 140, but I think he's looking pretty good. I think it'll be a competitive fight, but I think Ramirez's pressure will kind of wear down Pedraza, and he'll probably stop him or maybe drop him. I think it's interesting that Flores kid, man. I think he fought that Luis Lopez dude last time, who jumped up on weight and almost stopped him. Well, the dude he's fighting beat Lopez at 130. And his last fight, dude and his opponent threw like 1,200 punches in an 8-round fight. So I feel like setting him up.
You breaking up. Are you on a Bluetooth?
So I think that's an interesting matchup as well.
Are you on your Bluetooth?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Are you on a Bluetooth, though?
Yeah.
Yeah, that shit is going in and out, homie. Breaking up.
You hear me better?
Yeah.
Hear me all right now?
Kinda.
Now I was saying about the Flores kid, that dude he's fighting beat the dude that just beat him, and then him and his opponent threw 1,200 punches in an 8-round affair. So I feel like they're setting the Flores kid up to get rid of him. And then the Chocolatito fight with Martinez. Be a good fight, but I got Chocolatito, man, just wearing a little out. I think he's gonna stop him too, man. And if my connection's bad, man, I'm done, man.
Yeah,
I appreciate
bad.
it.
It's bad.
Yo, Nuss.
What up?
Yeah, man, I have to hop off, champ. I got some personal things to take care of, but I'll be back with you guys in the morning.
For sure. I got Hiram Lopez. What up? Mr. Lopez, you got to unmute on Skype. You got your hand raised. You got to unmute.
Yo, can you hear me?
I hear you.
Hello?
Hello?
I did.
Hello?
Call him Lionel Richie. Hello.
I think it's his connection. Are you there, Mr. Lopez? All right. Coach Myers.
Is it me you're looking for?
Yo.
Yo.
What's going on, man? What's going on? What's going on?
What up? What up?
Chilling. First off, Jay Benitez got to be stopped, man. He's a bad hater, man. Like, he's really bad, man. Like, he talk about Colbert, but his favorite fighter, Caleb Plant, asking Canelo, is he good in the ring, and gets knocked out. You know what I mean? But he got a nerve to talk about Colbert up in here. You know, he's weird. Ray, you're weird too for saying Canelo's undefeated. I just don't understand you at all.
That's what Floyd said.
Nah, I don't. Listen,
Talk to Floyd.
You're weird. You're weird. But Ness, you're a hater too. You know what I mean?
What I do?
Hey, yo, listen. Every time we talk about, I notice this. Every time we talk about Canelo, say something we don't like about Canelo, you always bring up Floyd and say what Floyd didn't do. You notice that? You don't bring up no other fighter and compare him to Canelo. You don't bring up you don't be like, well, Sugar Ray didn't do this. You say Floyd don't do this. Floyd don't do this. Floyd don't do this. You get what I'm saying? So that means you're a Floyd hater. You gotta stop that, man.
No, Floyd is just the gold standard. Floyd is the gold standard. Yes. Gold standard.
But here's the thing: you critique him though when you bring him up.
No, I say Floyd didn't do it. I say Floyd didn't do it.
You be like, Floyd fought Bones too. He fought this guy. He fought Shamba.
Exactly.
That's hating on his record.
No, that's showing
that ain't bigging him up.
No, that's showing you, he fought Sean Bay Mitchell just like Oscar fought Stevie Forbes. So why can't Canelo fight Yeardom? You see? I'm putting it into perspective.
Nah. Yeah. You gotta be stopped, man. Yo, what up, King? I mean, ain't seen you in a minute, man. What's going on? Jersey in the building.
No doubt, Coach Myers. Peace, brother.
Yeah, what up? Micah K, glad to, see you on. You need to come on a little bit more. You know what I mean? Hold down Floyd out here, because, it's crazy out here with these Canelo fans. I'm telling you, it's crazy out here. So you need to come back more up on the show and help defend us.
No, you're not about to have me with messages and Twitter messages and all that craziness that be going on.
Nah, you gotta come help us. You gotta come help us. We don't got no help on the show. We don't got no help on the panel. You know what I mean? You gotta come help us. But that's my call.
All right. If you're on Blog Talk, go ahead and use that hands up feature, letting me know you want to get on the show. We going out to Marcus in DC. What up? Oh shit! Do I got the wrong number?
It's like wind going. I don't know what's going on.
Yo, even though that last guy called me weird, shout out to him because he's the only guy that's connection isn't completely terrible tonight.
Big Face, what up?
What's going on there?
What up?
Man, I'm mad Danny left. He talking about Gary like that. But if Gary Russell and Colbert ever was to fight, man, I got Gary demolishing Colbert. Colbert just talk a lot, man. He never really impressed me, to be honest with you. But on to that Canelo thing, man. I would have rather see him fight Benavidez or Charlo. But, I ain't even mad at the Bivol fight. I still think it's a tough challenge for him to move up and face a champion. That's all. My call right there.
All right. We got Lopez again.
Yo.
What's up?
Yo, so Jose Pedraza and Jose Ramirez, I think Jose Pedraza could pull it off, man. But he's our only Puerto Rican fighter, man. I'll be rooting for him, but it is what it is. But shout out to the Godfather. Not pay-per-view with Shakur Stevenson and Valdez.
Yeah.
Thank you for that. Shakur Stevenson half Puerto Rican, so here we go, baby. Here we go. All the way, baby. I'm bringing the flag and everything. So, shout out to him for representing. Shout out to all the callers. You know what it is. Triple G, come on, man. Gotta get through Murata or whatever his name is, the Japanese dude, right?
Yeah.
He gotta get through that to get to Canelo. So hopefully he does it. If he looks bad, man, I'm taking him out. No more. And this Josh Taylor moving up to 47 and challenging the guy he just beat. That's some pussy shit, man. Challenge Danny Garcia, like Jay Benitez said. Like he brought Danny Garcia up, so challenge him, man. He's a 147 guy. I mean, he probably can't make 147 no more. So shout out to him too. So whatever, And Ryan Garcia needs to sign the contract. Whatever contract he needs to sign.
Let's do
Yeah,
it.
that's my call.
We going out to Johan. What's up? Johan. I know I'm not saying that right. There you go.
Hey, how you doing?
What up?
I don't really have much to say. I've been listening to you guys the past few days, just got on the podcast. I was looking for a good boxing podcast, and I just wanted to, add in that you guys are pretty good in, all the stuff you guys talk about, not being biased in a lot of the stuff, I forgot if it was you or the other guy, saying how not everybody's going to be happy with, Canelo's decision and all that. It's true. I think I sent you guys a DM saying that, him taking the Bivol fights, going to take more account towards his legacy versus him fighting a Benavidez or a Charlo, especially going up in weight, getting another belt versus, fighting two guys that don't really have anything to offer him at this point. He's done the work. He's grinded out, going pro at 15 or however old he was. So, like you guys have been saying, he deserves to, fight, and nobody could really tell him, much. Just they don't really have much to say about it.
For sure. Totally agree with you, my friend. Thank you for calling in. Is that all?
Yeah, that was basically it. Just wanted to hear, more, just some more boxing info, really hyped up for this next fight this weekend. A Chocolatito fight that's going to be here in San Diego again.
Yes, sir, man. Everybody's going to be tuned into that one.
Yeah, but have a good night, guys.
All right, brother. Well, thank you for calling in. Appreciate you listening to the show, man. Yeah, man, we're live every single day. We might even do a fight chat for that. Normally we're in studio for that, but I got to make this freaking move across country. We got Brandon in Houston. What up?
Let's start with this. I'm a creative genius.
You don't want to get in the ring with me because he's a pussy, that's why.
You see a red flag again.
Me and Canelo would be a bigger fight than Canelo and Caleb Plant. How much did they sell? Guarantee you me and Canelo will sell more.
And now, the most dangerous producer on YouTube.
El Bandera Negro.
Brandon in Houston.
Brandon in Houston.
Yo, drop that SDS shit, son.
SDS Promotions.
Yo.
So Makabu in December, right? That's what we hearing. Makabu, like we ain't just see him look awful and get a gift decision versus Machunu.
So tell Benavidez go fight him if he's so easy. If he looked awful.
I mean, well, nobody's into these circus ass acts.
Canelo is. Canelo is.
Obviously, these circus acts that you're supposed to be impressed by.
But y'all mad.
We all seen him.
But you
we
mad.
all seen him look
but
awful.
you mad.
You seen him look awful. You seen it. Did you watch the fight? Did you watch him versus Machunu?
This don't make no sense.
What you mean it don't make no sense?
Because
what don't make sense about it?
You mad at Makabu, and you ain't asking your guy to fight Makabu, so you trying to close the door on Makabu.
What you mean close the door? The door shouldn't even been there in the first place.
Why not? He daring to be great. He daring to be great. He started his career at 140. He started his career as 140.
Did you watch the fight?
Is he a
15 years old. Who gives a damn?
Is he a champion?
I was 140. I was 11 years old. I weighed 140.
All right.
I'm just saying, like,
if you would have had some dedication, you'd have still been 140.
No.
No,
No way.
yes,
Bro,
yes,
have you
yes,
met me?
yes,
Ness, come on.
yes.
Are you okay? So I would have been 140 right now.
Yes.
6'5",
Yes.
140. All right.
Danny Garcia.
I would have been 6'5", 140.
Danny Garcia fight at 147. He 30-something years old. He been at 140 all his life.
No.
Let me.
Danny Garcia's at 147, by the way. About to move to 154.
That's what I said.
Okay.
I said he fight at 147. He been at 140 all his life.
Bro, what do he walk around at?
It's not even a.
out.
Y'all on a different point now.
You just mad.
My man's half.
You mad. Your fight ain't doing nothing.
Brandon. You know, when you got a good point, Ness likes to take over your call. He likes to try to cut you off.
Bro, you the one defending a dude with a rematch already.
What you mean? Who got a rematch?
Your man's.
What you mean he got a rematch? What are you talking about?
Bro,
the WBC man got two fights.
He got two fights. He got 2 fights with Gabriel on his legacy.
Brandy, before you leave, hold on. I'm gonna let you and Ness cook. Before you leave, I got 2 questions for you. Before you leave, though.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all done? No, I wanted to let y'all finish, but I had 2 questions.
I mean, I never got to even say my point because Ness, like I said, whenever you say something that makes some kind of sense, a semblance of sense, he wants to cut you off and try to take he wants to redirect and deflect, because everybody seen Machunu or Makabu. He looked like shit in the last fight.
So why ain't Benavidez calling Heyman?
Because Benavidez
trying to get that belt.
He calling out who he should be calling out. He ain't jumping up trying to do no circus bullshit and look good in the record
circus
for nobody. It's bullshit,
circus
man.
bullshit is what Floyd did. Circus bullshit is what Floyd did. Floyd showed us to move up.
There you go. Just like Coach Myers said. There you go. Look at Floyd. But what about Floyd?
Gold standard.
With Floyd.
Gold standard.
Nah, bro. That don't even make sense, man. Cut it out. Cut it out. Man.
In all fairness, I don't think Benavidez. Benavidez want to be fighting out in Warren, Ohio and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Thank you. I mean, you fighting in Warren, Ohio, get a gift decision. You really lost. Truthfully, he lost.
Yo,
but then somehow
where his next fight
gonna be? Forget about that by December. We're gonna forget about that and act like this is a real challenge.
Where his fight gonna be in December, Brandon?
The dude is a clown, man.
Where his fight gonna be in December?
Y'all accept it. Y'all accept it. Y'all love him. That's more power.
That's the question. I wanted to ask the question. That's what I wanted.
Micah, let me ask you one question.
I'm sorry.
And I'm going to shut up.
Okay.
Please kill Brandon. Would you rather see Canelo fighting Makabu or David Benavidez versus David Lemieux?
You act like that ain't mandated. Get out of here, bro. Like that, like he picked him. If he can't get the dudes in the ring to fight, what you want him to do? I don't understand that.
Yo, you hear
what
this?
You want him to do? Tyler don't want to fight.
You hear yourself?
What you want to do if Plant don't want to fight?
Yo, do you hear yourself?
Bro.
Do you hear
what
yourself?
You want to do if Canelo don't want to fight? Oh, he ain't done nothing. That's the same bullshit he be talking about.
Brandon.
Oh, what is he done?
Brandon.
Brandon. Niggas don't want that smoke, man.
Brandon.
Niggas don't want that smoke.
Do you hear yourself? You out here really trying to, in 2022, you defending Lemieux.
Yeah.
You defending Lemieux.
I'm not... Bro, the WBC. So who mandated that fight? Let me know. Did Benavidez call him out? Come on, bro. Come on. That's all y'all. That's all Canelo fans can do. Make up some shit like that, like the WBC ain't mandate that shit. Come on, bro.
Yo, David Lemieux is he even ranked? Is he ranked?
I don't know what he is. Ask Mauricio. Call him Mauricio. Let's find out why they did that.
How he get that eliminator?
You got the champion at 168 trying to do the circus act shit and not fight the number one contender.
How he
get that number one contender? Like you said, get in position, right? You get in position and what the champ do? Oh, I want to go fight a cruiserweight. Just ran. Can I do that?
Yeah.
Mauricio, sure. Why not? Go fight the worst champion in the cruiserweight division.
Yeah.
Hey, man, get out of here, bro. Y'all,
he making his own lane.
At some point, y'all gonna get tired of it. I mean,
he making his own lane.
I'm impressed that you
try
to frame it like it's something impressive because it ain't. I seen Makabu fight. I'm like, this dude.
So go tell Benavidez to get that belt.
Benavidez won who he won. He was calling out the dude with the belt.
Canelo won who he won. Canelo won who he won.
Yeah, exactly. All right, yeah. Keep breaking that excuse,
Canelo won who he won. If Benavidez won who he won.
He want that bum.
Yeah.
Fighting dude with double-digit losses.
Tell
2 fights ago.
Benavidez
go get that belt. Go to his box record. Tell me who he fought.
Tell Benavidez go get that belt.
Talking about Benavidez record. Well, who has he fought?
Go get that belt. Go get that
Makabu
belt.
Go get the belt and do what with it?
Hold
Come
it.
back down?
No, hold it.
Like,
Hold
bro.
it.
Like,
Hold it. Hold it.
man, yo, this is pathetic, man. But it's all good though. Y'all Canelo fans got it. You know, I'm gonna be here with the red flag. You know what I'm saying? You know, every time y'all try to slander my man, I'm coming in. I got to say something.
You
I'm not
ain't
gonna let y'all
saying
do it.
nothing though. Your man fighting David Lemieux and he got a rematch with Ronald Graville. Get the fuck out of here.
WBC? Okay, so you
How
just gonna
about
ignore
you?
like you
How
guys like
about
he meant
you
like he
get
called
out of here?
Lemieux out or something.
How about you get out of here? The facts are telling a different story. Your man had 2 fights with Ronald Graville.
Stop running, Canelo.
2
We
fights
see
with
you running.
Ronald Graville.
We see you running.
1 fight with
Go fight each other.
Like,
all the hard
here,
guys,
bro.
y'all go fight each other. And maybe, hopefully, if one of you guys win, maybe I'll fight you. Maybe. Or I could go fight John Ryder in the UK.
Tell your mans
Dude,
get a
pathetic,
win.
Bro.
Tell your mans get a win.
Go look at his last 10 fights and tell me like where these dudes are from.
Tell your man
Yo,
get
what's
a
my
win.
man riding so hard for David Benavidez right now? Who's David Benavidez last fight? Tyron Davis? Who he was gonna fight Uzcategui.
You must not know. Ray, you must not
nobody.
know.
He beat nobody.
His best fight was his loss against Plant.
He beat nobody. This dude is just a super fan of fucking David.
But he is right. He is right about Makabu. Makabu got his ass whooped.
Exactly.
He ain't right
we're
about
gonna, but hopefully enough time goes by December where y'all forget that and act like this is a real challenge. But okay,
bruh,
cool.
Nobody looks good every fight. Nobody looks good
because
every fight.
people fight people like they're supposed to in their own division. We're not jumping up and down trying to look good in the history books when acting like nobody knows what's going on. Like we hardcore fans, we follow what's going on, bro. We see this.
Why don't you ask
Maybe
David?
The casuals might not know. You know, they might not know any better. I know.
Why don't you ask David about
bro.
not looking good every fight out since he got dropped in the Reveal
Well,
fight?
tell Canelo to hop in there with him then. Get his ass stopped. Like I've been telling you. He's going to get stopped.
Tell him go fight Makabu. He want a shot.
For what? Yeah. What is that going to do?
They want to pay.
Like, that's not going to do nothing, bro.
You want to pay that.
Man, just like I said, when Benavidez had the belt at 68, niggas wasn't talking about fighting for undisputed. It's gonna be the same thing with the cruiserweight belt. Man.
Benavidez never unified. Somehow the whole world was scared of him.
So Brandon,
laugh it up. Laugh it up. Cry
let me get my question off. I didn't wait for a minute now. Let me get these couple questions off real quick. So Brandon, this is what I wanted to ask you because we kind of more so on the same page with this one. When a fan says, oh, Benavidez and Charlo hasn't earned it. Please, because we kind of be on kind of basically like the same page. What would you say to somebody when they be like, oh yeah, Benavidez and Charlo, they ain't even really earned the fight? What would be your rebuttal to that?
My rebuttal to that is what has Triple G done at 68 to earn it? Not a goddamn thing. Ain't done shit at 68. He ain't never fought at 68. But you telling me about what Benavidez, a 2-time champion at 68 and done. Get out of here, bro. That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to make it seem like, you know, I don't, like, it's pathetic, but they keep running with it.
He could have
like
had the fight if he didn't miss weight.
Because
he would have had the fight if he didn't miss weight.
Because I understand with the Bivol, like with the Bivol aspect, because you know with the belt and certain things like that. But I'm trying to get to the understanding of the not earning when they still undefeated. We know it's a business and Canelo can do what they want, but we stand as far as a fan to want to see as far as fans want to see the most exciting and entertaining. I think that's where it's kind of, I don't understand why some Canelo fans are getting so mad when you say, no, that's the most entertaining.
They don't want to see it, Micah. They really don't want to see it. They don't want to see that man get stopped. They know that's the biggest problem at 68. They don't want to see that. They want him to fight a Triple G who ain't never fought at 68. So that it could look good that, oh yeah, he did something like
he don't bring
they
nothing.
Don't want to see Benavidez.
He don't bring nothing to the table.
He
don't bring nothing to the table.
Right. Safe excuse. But when he had the belt, niggas wasn't talking about niggas. All right, cool.
He don't bring nothing to the table.
Yeah, now. Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. He waited till he lost to jump in there. And get something. But, you know, that's my call. I've been on here way too long.
He don't
Everybody that I know,
this is what
Canelo, you can't run for much longer.
say real quick.
You can't run for much longer.
This is what I want to say. This is what I want to say real quick before, but you, because I'm glad you and Ness. Listen, when the Queen gonna get the intro? Now, when y'all go to Vegas, I don't care, y'all. You know, when y'all go to Vegas, y'all gonna have, you know, the ladies gonna be there in the studio. Just don't forget about Mike and make sure that intro hit. That's all I'm saying. I'm glad I got you and Ness on there.
Look at what? Look at what? What am I looking at?
Look at it.
Look at what?
Look at your text message. I said, play Micah's intro.
What?
Ness,
before the show
because I had to come. I had to say it on the show. So when the stuff gets set, when it come to Vegas, that's all I ask. When I tap in, when I do my little tap ins, you know, show the Queen a little bit more love once I come on.
What Brandon talking about? He ain't sent me nothing.
Wow. All right, I didn't see
nothing.
Yo, at the end of the day, had Benavidez still had that belt, he would have got the fight.
Yeah, but he was doing his thing.
He couldn't make weight, and he lost it. But you think he would have learned a lesson after being on coke?
It's very safe to say now, Ray. It's a convenient excuse to make now. Yeah.
Oh, that's an
excuse.
excuse.
I don't have to fight him.
Oh, it's convenient that he didn't have the belt.
That's an excuse.
Yeah, it's convenient. It's convenient excuse. I mean, it's easy to say now. It's easy to say and get away with it and justify it. You know, just like fighting Makabu. Well, he's a champion. See, he's a champ. Just like Max Kellerman said, just because you got a belt don't mean you're a champion, man. Max Kellerman said that. That's a very eloquent statement. Just because you got a belt don't mean you're a champ. Yeah.
Now Max knows about boxing. Okay.
Max always know boxing. You know what I'm saying? We all know that. Like in the words of the great James Benitez, we all know. Hey, that's my car.
Oh, word. So, yo, what was the argument, real quick? What they talking about? Benavidez? That's what you saying, Ness? Benavidez don't deserve the fight? Like, what has he done?
He just crying, man.
He's talking about James Benitez. James Benitez just super chatted.
He just crying. James Benitez said Garcia versus Cambosos end of the year. Just watch.
Yeah, but y'all was talking about David Benavidez. What has he done to deserve the fight?
Nah, he was trying to say that, you know, we should be somehow saying that Benavidez deserves the fight. But, like, who he beat again?
Yeah, but we also saw Caleb Smith and Billy Joe Saunders. I mean, who they beat?
They had titles. They had the leverage.
Whoa.
So, but my man got hyped.
Whoa. Billy Joe Saunders had a way better resume than David Benavidez, and Callum Smith was more.
Callum Smith won the
WB
He
was more qualified. Stop it.
What about the Miami fight with the dude Yildirim? What about that?
That's a mandatory.
It was a mandatory.
So David Benavidez is like way below all of them on tiers.
He's probably one up there.
When you lose your belt, you become a contender.
But what is his ranking? Like, where is he in the ranking?
He number one.
Benavidez.
Y'all can say all that. Who has done? He hasn't done. It doesn't. Yes, we know with boxing is levels to it. He lost the belt. I understand what Ray is saying. He probably definitely. That would have been his shot if he didn't lose it, because we know he fought against Plant. But still, at the end of the day, if Canelo said right now, he'd say, "Oh, I'm gonna pick Benavidez or I'm gonna pick Charlo," it'll be case closed. It wouldn't be no, "Oh, he didn't earn it or nothing." We'll be excited. So my whole point about it is Canelo can still choose that if he wants and give them an opportunity. I just don't. I'm like the earning part. I know Ness, you keep saying what have they done, this and that or whatever, but they still are undefeated and they are still threats. So you can give them an opportunity.
They don't got no belt. They don't got no belt. You making a case for dudes that's begging for paydays.
Who don't got? But Charlo has a belt though.
At
Charlo's
60.
got that's old news. 160.
That's 60. Ain't nobody my man about to fight at 75. Like, what is Charlo bringing to the table? Nothing. That belt, he can't do nothing with that belt.
So
when y'all say what a fighter is bringing to the table, okay, you talking the business aspect. The business aspect, you saying because
and the
he
boxing
doesn't have
aspect, he don't got a belt. So what he bringing, Micah?
The trinket basket, the trinket
he don't
aspect.
Got nothing.
That's what it is.
He just an opponent. He don't got nothing.
Micah, I hear what you're saying, but the thing is when we talk about earned it, look, at the end of the day, you want a Canelo fight, you're not going to earn it with a victory over Kyron Davis. No disrespect to Kyron Davis,
or
but you're not
victory
going to.
over Juan Matua Macis.
or before that, he was supposed to fight Uzcategui. Like I said, Uzcategui's best fight was his loss against Caleb Plant.
Yo, and I'm aside with you, Micah, because I'm asking those same questions. So that just places you. That just places you in the casual category. Because I'm like, damn, she's saying the same thing I'm thinking about. Like, damn, but come on, that's Charlo, that's David Benavidez. Everybody's speaking about them. Nobody in mainstream is talking about them other dudes that you guys are name dropping. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's talking about Makabu. Nobody at all ever. You know what I'm saying?
And what about Mike
Makabu
Mike
was on
Tyson
HBO,
what he
man.
said?
Y'all don't even know what y'all talking about. Makabu was on
Mike
HBO.
Tyson's on another planet. He's so high.
Now, what you saying, Ness? Go ahead.
No,
we
what
don't know what we're saying because Makabu what? Because I don't know Makabu at all.
He fought on HBO before, I'm pretty sure.
Nah, he never was televised. That was part of the story of Canelo choosing him.
Nah, man. No.
Yes, man.
But here's the deal, man. We're talking about this, and
Bruh,
people are going to call in
met
talking about
Makabu
Charlo.
in Mexico, man. So I don't know what you talking about.
I never heard of
Makabu's a
Makabu.
two-time WBC champ for the people out here trying to make Benavidez into something.
Look, people are gonna talk about all of this, but here's the deal. Canelo just did an interview. What was it, yesterday after the press conference, and they were asking him about it. He goes, like I said, they got nothing to bring me right now.
Yeah.
I'm looking on other things. He goes, once I do this deal, if PBC wants to offer me a deal, then we can go do that. But right now, I'm busy. You guys go fight each other, and I think that's fair.
That
You
is
know what I
fair.
mean?
That is fair.
But they not.
The last
But they
baller
won't.
said, he said maybe. He didn't say maybe. He said, once I'm done with this, I'm going to do my thing over here. I got bigger fish to fry than y'all over here at 168 that I already conquered, and I'm moving up, and I'm moving up again.
Rightfully so. Let them go do something. Let them bring something to the table. These guys got belts. You know what I'm saying? It's just that simple. Bivol got a belt. You know what I'm saying?
If Bivol didn't have a belt, then there would be no fight.
Yeah. And he might not have a belt, though, with the whole Russia shit. But I got super chat. Brandon Maurice says, shout out to Micah K, a.k.a. Queen Spicy. Always good to have you on the panel. Oh, yeah, Ness. Tell your loud dog to stop snoring like he worked a long day. Yeah, man, that's why I got her kicked out the office right now.
What up, though, Brandon? Always appreciate the support.
Yo, I thought he was talking about one of the co-hosts snoring on the mic.
Nah, this is my dog. Texas Bulldog Boxing says, David will fight anyone. No one wants David right now. 100 emoji. Yeah, tell David to tell Al to put some money behind him, and I watch how many people take that fight.
And my point with the Mike Tyson thing, I heard what you said, right? But what I was saying, like how Mike Tyson, the thing is, okay, casual. I understand what Ray and Ness is saying to a certain extent. I know what you guys saying as far as the belts, what they done, what Canelo is trying to go after, but that does not mean at the end of the day is you still, as far as the competitive, regardless if he doesn't agree with it or not. I feel like just looking at it as a fan standpoint, because some people are not casuals. They can still feel that way. It's somebody that can watch boxing way more than me and really be in tune with it and still say, oh no, okay, Bivol, like I even stated, the Bivol fight is nice. We know Bivol, that's going to be a good one. But what we are just saying, I understand when y'all keep saying earning, but as far as being a fan of the sport, wanting to see the most competitive, the most exciting, I'm talking about taking the business aspect, what Canelo wants to do. Even when I'm watching other sports, you want to see the best go up against the best. You want to see that great competition and that excitement. So I'm saying just on that point, we would still like to see a Canelo versus Benavidez or Charlo. I'm not even saying like how some people, I don't know. I'm not going to sit up here and lie to you and say, I think Benavidez would just outright beat Canelo or Charlo would beat Canelo. But I'm just saying the excitement, the competitive, we know them. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I see what you're saying. This morning I felt just like that until we got a history lesson on Beterbiev and Bivol. The poll was about like what would be much more of an exciting fight, and I went towards like Canelo versus Charlo, or was it Charlo versus Benavidez? But then the history lesson was like, oh shit, Bivol could do it. Better Beterbiev could do it, which is Arthur Beterbiev, and the threats that they both pose. So there's a new aspect for me looking at it. So I'm gonna say that Canelo's choosing wisely, and he got a big ass fight in front of him, man. And yes, I do want to see the Charlo. I am the same sentiment that you share with the Benavidez or Charlo, because I know them more. I don't know the other opponents he's fighting. Like, I don't know Makabu.
Let me ask you a question. If we're talking about from a sports point of view, what is better in a sports point of view? Making a defense at 168 of your undisputed title that you already captured, or moving up to 175 to chase that undisputed and taking the first step there? And then when we talk about the business aspect of it, remember how difficult it was to make that PBC deal to begin with. You know what I mean? They were supposed to make that for September, and then it fell apart at the 11th hour, and then they had to make it for November. So if we're looking at it from the business side, it was already difficult working with PBC. So, you know what I mean? That's when we talk about the sport and the business side, neither of those are adding up and lining up in Benavidez's favor. Now, I know it seems like I'm saying all this stuff, and I like Benavidez, and I think that that's actually a really good fight, and it is the number one fight at 168. I agree. But right now, we can't go so hard in the paint on, the next fight should be Benavidez. Benavidez deserves this fight, this, that, and the other, because those other fights are better than what Benavidez is bringing to the table right now at the 168.
Let me get to this super chat. I got Clay Scott Jr., Canelo busy, Benavidez busy, Andre possibly fight with Parker. Is Charlo going to fight Mireles or who? Plant can't fight till after May 6th. All right. AMG.
I'm gonna let you go.
No, go ahead.
I ain't know it was this late. I gotta tap out, fellas. Ness already I ain't gonna say no. Listen, make sure, cause I'm saying it on here. Now when you get to Vegas, I'm gonna say it. King, you heard me. Ray, Church, everybody on the thing. All I'm saying is, Ness, I'm gonna hit you up. So when the queen come on, I want that's all I ask for is the intro. So I'm gonna be on you and Brandon's head. And I told you, once I come on, I ain't worried about what nobody else is doing. I just want my little intro. So when I come on, I like certain things like that. But I'm gonna let you guys go. You can hit me up on Twitter. That's where I usually am a little bit more. Twitter at MK Sports Slay, Instagram at MK Sports Slay. If you want to subscribe to my YouTube channel, it is Afternoon Sports Slay. If you really support me, you really want to get my channel monetized. I'm still halfway there. I'm about like at 7 something. Help me get to that 1,000 subscribers. I appreciate everybody that genuinely support the queen. I'm gonna keep coming. Hopefully be posting at least like once a week right now. Just gotta certain things on the side. I ain't gonna get into that, but I'm gonna start trying to at least post more very, very soon. I appreciate y'all. I'll be back.
Micah, look.
Let the queen get it off real quick. Let me get through it. Let's break it down.
TheBoxingVoice.com.
I'm going based on my eye test. You ain't nothing but a secret fan. Thank you. I love you anyway. I'm gonna be confident and I'm gonna stand on my ground. I see you smiling your face. I don't know, maybe you looking at the chat. Subscribe to Afternoon Sports Slay, and my ID is at MK Sports Slay. Going to the top. I'm looking for true, loyal supporters. And
This message was brought to you by SDS Promotions.
The boxing voice. Okay, I appreciate it, but I want it in the beginning next time. But I appreciate it. All right, bye.
Shout out to Queen.
All right, bye.
Let me get to some more super chats here. I got AMG that says, I forgot. I'm going to be at the Virgil fight. I'm hyped for that. Rocha, probably A-side because he from Santa Ana, SoCal. So he'll have people there, I'm sure. And that's in reference to our conversation about, Rocha being the A-side over Blair the Flair Cobbs, man. That's crazy to me. Crazy, man. Crazy.
Oh, Blair the Flair that we recapped on yesterday?
Yeah.
Lifestyle-wise?
He got a fight, yo.
Oh, shit. When is it? What's the date? I'm interested.
He on the Virgil Ortiz undercard.
I remember that. So he's the underdog on his fight coming up. He's the B-side?
Word, man. That's crazy, bro.
So how you, I mean, besides you saying that's crazy, like why is the other guy the A-side?
Because he Mexican and it's a Golden Boy promoted card. That's it. Because the other dude got a loss.
The other dude, not
the
not
other
Flair.
dude nowhere near as flashy as Flair.
Yeah, but that don't always count, right?
And that shit count in this day and age of promotion.
I mean, we just got off the topic. Like, yo, what do you bring to the table?
And that's what I'm saying. Flair bring more. He bring the flair. Who the
You
fuck?
bring the Flair, but what is
fuck?
the other guy bringing that
don't
is
even
happening?
know. What's his
on
name
him?
again? Oh, Alexis Rocha. Don't nobody know him for nothing other than
That's
losing.
crazy.
He lost to Rashidi Ellis. He was undefeated till Ellis bopped him up. Bippity boppity boo.
I think I saw that last name, Rocha.
Let me get to Big Money, Texas, Toledo. Someone match my $5. Fire emoji, glove emoji. I put my money on Chocolatito. Salute, TBV. Shout out to you. We got Heavy-Handed Jay, and that is JP in Long Beach. It says, can Ray tell us why you should respect the Yeardom fight? What you mean? It was a mandatory.
Yeah, there was a mandatory. I'm not saying that we should. I mean, it is
Ain't
what it is.
nobody get mad at Ocampos.
Talk
Ain't
to
nobody
Mauricio
mad at
about it.
Ocampos.
Ask Mauricio about the...
Wasn't nobody mad at Crawford calling an early mandatory in Velasquez. Remember, that shit wasn't even in order, and he called him like, yo, I'm going to give you a shot before they even asked me to give you a shot. Like, it's always a problem when it's Canelo, man. The hypocrisy is insane and unreal.
Let me say this, too. Usually, if Canelo has a normal schedule without Corona that was going on 2020 and whatnot, we would see him fight in September and then in May. So there would have been a lull between September to May of without Canelo fighting. In 2020, we saw him fight in December, and then he threw that extra date in there in February for the Yildirim fight.
Bonus!
So we would have already seen an expedited Canelo from December to May when he fought Billy Joe, and then y'all got a little extra credit on top of there just to have a little show. So... like I said,
Miami show, man. Had my man out there in DG, motherfucker.
My boy J Balvin.
You know, with DG pajamas. You're like, yo, dudes be really hating on Canelo, adding life to the sport.
I thought it was CG.
What?
What's the DG?
Dos Gabbani, man.
Oh, I thought it was Christian Dior.
Nah, wasn't.
You might be right. It might be Dolce Gabbana.
Yeah, it was Dolce Gabbana. Even my girl was like, "Oh, that's his sponsor."
Yeah, I just saw a the CD commercial, and I was like, it was boxing, and I was like, oh, maybe Canelo couldn't do it.
I got James Benitez. That's definitely number 4 in the building. 4 super chats in a row. Shout out to Coach Myers, only person who held down.
Yo, what's that buzz?
That's Ray's Mike. He always get crazy.
How's it sound now?
It's
machine gun.
All right.
Better.
Machine gun buzz. James Benitez says, shout out Coach Myers, the only person who held down the Ugas Spence presser, a snooze fest. Yo, Benitez done turned into a full-blown hater these days.
Mic check.
Run 212. Santana's back for business. What is this? James Benitez with another one says, Garcia versus Cambosos. End of the year. Just watch. There's been a lot of that talk.
Which Garcia?
The one that's fighting Emmanuel Tagago, because the guy he's fighting, Tagago, is a Lou DiBella fighter who happens to be same promoter of Cambosos.
I don't know what Garcia that is. I was thinking Mikey or Danny.
Ryan Garcia, your man.
Oh, Ryan Garcia.
Look how excited you get. You're such a casual. Look how. Oh, Ryan. What's
That's
Ryan's
a good
biggest
ass
win?
fight, Ryan versus
What's Ryan's
Camboso.
biggest win? What's Ryan's biggest win, casual fan?
Gamboa.
He never fought Gamboa.
I was fucking with you, see?
Kept us on our toes, right?
Yeah.
He was really not fucking with us.
Yeah, I was fucking with you. You was about to box wreck that
He's
shit.
buying it. He's buying time.
Yo, he buying time.
I don't know. I don't know who his biggest win.
buying
No, hold
time.
on. I do know. Didn't he fight not Liam?
No, you're close.
Caleb.
You're getting there.
One of them UK dudes that dropped him.
You're warm. You're warm.
I just can't get the name.
On the continent.
Shout out to Coach Myers. Ring the alarm. Matter of fact, we're gonna drop a bomb.
Say the name out loud, man.
Shout out.
I am your father.
Shout out Coach Myers.
Luke Campbell.
Yo, you mad late. You mad late. You wild late right now. You wild late right now. Shout out.
But you giving lessons?
Yo, can I get this shout out off real quick to my man Coach Myers? Is that blue Coach Myers? Is that a blue or is that a gray? Let me see. That says color heather denim. Oh, this denim blue. Where the heather denim at? I don't know, but I can't screen share the one he got. But Coach Myers just copped this hoodie right here. Know what I'm saying? I'm going to put it in the white so you can eat, smoke, boxing. You know what I'm saying? Shout out Coach Myers. I got one too. It's on the way. Hopefully I get it before I go back to Vegas and shit. But shout out Coach Myers for the support. You know what I mean? Go check out the Boxer Voice store. Plenty of new gear there. Updated. Yeah. Let me get to this next super chat. Who we got? Looking like James Benitez back with another one that says, Benavidez lost and won the same belt. How was that impressive? I guess he could clean the second time. I guess he was clean the second time. Plant gonna spark him like he did his brother. Yeah, that's hilarious.
I can't wait till David Benavidez gets some wins under his belts that, you guys respect, man, because you playing them, man.
I mean, what you mean I'm playing him?
I mean, you just making fun of the man's resume, man.
I mean, he needs this win, man. He needs a Lemieux on his resume because right now the biggest name is Ronald Graville.
All right, well, I mean, he going to get the Lemieux win. You know that off the bat.
I mean, fights need to be fought, but...
I mean, he's the favorite, so
who's
you
the
can count
biggest
on
win?
it.
Is it Graville or is it Anthony Durrell?
I think it's Durrell.
I mean, quiet, man.
Yo,
he smoked that smack. Oh, Durrell's a big win. That's a good name.
Yeah, that purple diamond, Enrique. It's all right on this side.
Yeah, you quiet over there.
Nah, you know what? I'm Canelo'd out. That's why I'm Canelo'd out, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm Canelo'd out.
Yo, every day is Canelo.
I'll keep going about Canelo. I'll talk Canelo all day.
I got Alex Corona. He says, nah, bro, we want to see Canelo fight all of them. But, hey, they should put in the work, too, and fight each other and come out on top and get that fight. I agree, bro. I agree.
I agree with the fight each other. I'm surprised that that's not part of the game. Fight each other to fight me.
Word.
Like, it has to be mentioned. But, I like to see both of those fights, Benavidez versus Charlo or Caleb Smith, Caleb Plant in that mix, and then, go towards Canelo. But Canelo does seem busy, like it's been said.
Nah, he busy.
He busy for like 3 fights.
He busy, man. He busy. Yo, we going out the border town. Big Zoe, what up?
Zodiac Fish Grease, what up?
Yo, what up, panel? Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Sorry, man, I'm driving. Shout out to you, Boxing Boys. Arizona, stand up.
Shout out to you.
Anyway, I got Jose Ramirez tomorrow, even though I think it's going to be a really good fight, man. Like, I can't count Pedraza out tomorrow, man. We'll just see how he comes back after that Taylor loss and see if he can adjust to another southpaw that doesn't grapple too much. But other than that, Canelo, Bivol, news, man, let me share something with you from the border town here, because I speak to a lot of people on the other side, on the Mexican side. And as you've been mentioning, that this Faitelson guy, he tends to downplay a lot of Canelo opponents just because they're Canelo opponents. But other than that, like, most people are actually on board with this fight in Mexico. Like, they're aware that this isn't a guy that, that Bivol isn't somebody that he can just, cruise around with. Like, most people are aware that this is a legit challenge, and they're on board with it. But there's still, that that hate. I guess when you reach a certain point in any sport, such as like Floyd Mayweather, a Tom Brady, a Michael Jordan, you're always gonna have that division of detractors, right? So it comes with the territory. It's a good fight. Styles make fights. We'll see what happens. I'm not mad at the Makabu thing. But shout out to y'all. I keep listening to y'all. I don't get to call in too often, but keep grinding, man.
Thank you, brother. Will do without a doubt. We got another super chat from James Benitez who says, I almost guarantee Benavidez will duck the boo-boo smoke. Samson know David already reached his potential. Brandon Lands in denial. Plant beats him effortlessly. Effortlessly.
Yo, do we have a date yet on David versus David?
Nah. April something, but it ain't announced. Actually, Enrique gonna be over there. He probably get it out of him and shit.
I ain't going there to do journalism.
So you can't just ask him like, yo.
I mean, I could just ask him.
Matter of fact, my co-host wanted to know. Like, I see.
Yeah, I could do that.
Nah,
definitely.
You gonna be like, nah. Matter of fact, I ain't here to do journalism, so don't answer that.
Nah, I'm just saying. I ain't gonna go there sitting down asking questions. That's what I'm saying.
All right. Super chat. Atlanta intrigue. Spence versus Thurman next. One time I ever heard Earl Spence give Thurman props. The real big fish told EJ, no more running, Keith. Next. Shout out to the Queen, Micah. Yeah, he still believe Earl fighting Thurman next. He crazy. Louisville Slugger says Billy Joe don't have a better 168-pound resume than David. David don't got a better 168-pound resume than Billy Joe. But Billy Joe got a better overall resume. And first of all, Eubank fought and was an IBO champion at 68. Billy Joe holds a win over Eubank. Billy Joe holds a win over David Lemieux, who Benavidez is about to fight now. Do I really go on, LV, or do you say uncle already? Like, did you give up?
I think remind him how that fight went too.
Yeah, I was just about to say that was the Billy Joe put on the map. You know, he did that whole home run shit. Remember?
You know what I'm saying? LV out here getting bodied.
Yo, so Jorge Linares is fighting tomorrow?
Nah, Linares got knocked out last week by
Jose
another
Wait,
another Devin Haney victim, Abdurakarlov. No, what is it? Abdulayev.
All right, so I mixed the names up. Who is Jose Ramirez fighting?
Jose Pedraza.
Oh, Pedraza. That's
Pedraza.
Yeah, Pedro Pedraza, right?
No. Jose Pedraza.
That was Javante's former opponent?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, two-time champ, Jose Pedraza, Puerto Rico, para arriba.
Parate.
What the fuck?
Yo, I got a question for you guys about Puerto Rican fighters. So I was with a few Puerto Rican boxers over the weekend. We were chilling. We were just chatting at Applebee's, talking about who the best Puerto Rican is right now in boxing. They were saying Jose Pedraza. I said Amanda Serrano.
Jose Pedraza, and you said Amanda Serrano. I mean, I guess Amanda Serrano could be thrown in, and you got to argue that because she ain't lost and all that shit. But, is her opposition the same opposition as Pedraza? Like, where's her tank at? Where's her Jose Ramirez at? Like,
I mean, you can't compare the two.
I mean, that's definitely a tough comparison. I mean, Serrano, she's definitely.
My man got a week off for Serrano right here.
Nah, I mean, listen.
You love her.
One thing. Yo, Serrano, man. Yeah, I'm going to the fight, by the way. I got tickets, so yeah, for sure. I'm a little bit biased. Yeah, I mean, listen, you can't really deny it. I think people are going to detract from her and say she's a female fighter, but look at what she's doing right now for Puerto Rican fighters. It ain't Berlanga. You know what I'm saying? He's not ready yet.
He on the come up.
Xander Zayas is on the come up as well. I can name some very good Puerto Rican fighters, but Amanda Serrano, I think, is the biggest flag bearer. A lot of people might not remember that this Pedraza fight was happening, but people know what Amanda Serrano's doing, and they know
that's what I'm saying. Yeah, I mean, if we look at the resume, I think it's almost a little bit of a different conversation, and I agree with them on that, and y'all on that too. But when we talk about who's at the top right now as far as like hype and all that kind of stuff, big fight, it's Amanda. You know what I mean? Pedraza's
but that's
selling
lately.
out.
that's as of late. That's
Well, as
not
of right now.
That's not like in the 3-year run. Pedraza 4 or 5 years ago. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
still.
But it's 2022. That's what I'm saying.
Right. No, but I'm saying he's been running since, and you know him and you've been following him. Amanda, you just really, because of the whole Jake Paul thing, you know, you're like, oh shit, who is that? Who is that? But I really haven't seen her fight.
He said
Speak for yourself, champ.
But I am speaking for myself. But I am interested in that new fight, you know, that's coming up. And I think it's because of her promotion and that she's Puerto Rican and that she's from New York. So I'm like actually really proud because I know who she is from Instagram. I've been following her since like the beginning, but never saw her fight.
Enrique, even more. She from Bushwick, bro. Like, come on.
Look at that. Even from Bushwick. See that? I didn't even know that.
Yeah, and to what you were saying earlier, I mean, no disrespect to Berlanga, but isn't he from New York? He's not a real island boy.
He's Puerto Rican.
Yeah,
New York Rican. He a New York Rican, but
yeah,
it still counts. You know what I'm saying?
It counts, but in the Puerto Rican community, it's like you got to be an island boy. You know what I mean? Like Xander.
Island boy.
Yeah.
I'm just island boy. I'm just island boy.
That shit is
I'm
funny.
just island boy.
Yo, you had that in the deck?
Yo, man, I'm on every current event. I'm on every current event, man. We out here, man. YouTube need to give us licensing so we could be the real motherfucking Breakfast Club. We need to be able to drop singles and shit. Like, yo, right now, my man Intrigue with the hot joint in Atlanta. Boom, and let it spin for like a minute 30, go back to boxing, man. Like, for real. But anyway, dreaming.
Daydreaming, and I'm thinking of you. All right, so where we at?
I mean, let me see if we on a super chat. Yes, we are. We are on. James Benitez back with another one. Says, Micah, you can use my old Plant intro. It's a classic. There's levels in boxing. Plant and then all the other guys. Boo may be the next best, and he ain't 168 yet. And then we got Chris Carlson that says, Yurden was a fake mandatory. Stop it. Nah, man. WBC was getting sued if they ain't handled the Yurden situation, man. That's how shit go, man. Y'all hate Benavidez for losing his belt. Know what I'm saying? That's who y'all need to address y'all hate to. Somehow it's Canelo's fault Benavidez lost his belt. You know what I'm saying? I don't get these people.
You know what they say? They say, you know, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. So shame on him. Mm-hmm. He should have learned better from the first time and made his weight.
Word. We got Chris Carlson back with another one. He says, at 154 and at 160, y'all wasn't talking about who had a belt, but now it's the end and all be all. Okay, so he's saying when Canelo was at 60 and 54, nobody was like, who got a belt or something like that. But
at 60 it actually was, you know. So I'll counterpunch on that because at 60 he was chasing undisputed, and here's a little hot take too. At 160 pounds, you know, obviously he wasn't undisputed, but I would say that he was even better than undisputed because in that span of fights, he was WBC champ, WBA champ. He went and fought Danny Jacobs for the IBF, and it wasn't for the nonsense with the IBF and their mandatory pushing Derevianchenko. Yep. Then most likely his next fight could have been against Andrade for the WBO. But instead of fighting Andrade for the WBO 160-pound, he went and fought for a WBO title, but 2 weight divisions higher at 175. So in reality, my man within subsequent fights won all the titles, but just at a weight division 2 higher. I can't remember any time anyone's ever done something like that. So really at 160, he's like a super duper undisputed.
Yeah. No, I see your logic, but people wanted that Andre fight. But I see your logic. I see your logic.
I'm weird.
No, I see the logic. I see it. You know, it makes sense. Let me see who's got that hand raised. You know what I mean? Use that hand raised feature if you want to go ahead and rock out on the show. I'm going out to my mans in California, info, Joe. But that's the reason I want you to use the hand raise. This way I know I'm going to you and you actually want to talk, not that you're busy at work and stuff like that. So I'm pretty sure everybody on Skype right now knows how to raise their hand. You know what I'm saying? So that I know exactly who is ready to rock out.
I'm good. I beat Polly. I left with his belt and his girl.
This a dollar beat.
Hey, Pops. Brush my hair one time. And I know all y'all against me. All that soft talking. I know you can do it, man. You got the. Let's shut that soft ass shit up.
Boxingvoice.com.
Yo, what up? What up?
What
see you
up?
got the big boy panel on today.
Yes,
Shout
sir.
out to all of y'all.
No, he mad because I get the better fight.
My bad.
Nah, it's all good. Don't worry about it. Nah, I hear you arguing. What are you guys arguing Canelo right now? Like people are about the fight or what?
Nah, man, we could talk about this weekend's fight. There's so much to talk about. People just, he's just the face of boxing, so no matter what, it always goes back to Canelo. But we was talking hella topics. There's two fights. You got Friday night ESPN. You got DAZN on Saturday. You got Blair the Flair, Santa fight Alex Rocha on the undercard of Virgil Ortiz. You got Eddie Hearn saying Anthony Joshua might get an interim now that Usyk is out there fighting Russia. You got Caddaro being offered a welterweight fight with Josh Taylor with no belts as some sort of caveat. I mean, you got Conwell talking about he gonna be breathing down the neck of Jamel Charlo now that he got that Probella money. There's a lot to talk about. Kell Brook getting an offer from Eddie Hearn to fight Conor Benn.
Man, that's a lot. That's a lot to unpack, man. I took my boys to another gym to get some sparring in, so I didn't really get to listen to a whole lot of the show. Who's fighting now? Who's fighting tomorrow? That's who's fighting tomorrow?
Jose Pedraza and Jose Ramirez.
Oh, that's a good fight. I like that. And that's ESPN, right? ESPN Plus.
Yes, sir. ESPN Plus.
Oh, that's love, man. I'm off all weekend, man. I'm gonna check that fight out. And then who's fighting Saturday?
Then that'll be Chocolatito versus Martinez.
Yeah, that's a good fight. That's a good fight. I mean, I'll watch it to watch it. I'm not gonna lie and sit there and say I respect Chocolatito being a great fighter, but he's not a dude that I really sit and watch like that.
Okay.
Yeah, he's just not. I watch some people in the smaller weight classes, but I'm kind of more of a junior welterweight and up kind of guy. I mean, I watch the lightweight division because it's pretty thick right now, but I like him a little bit bigger. And then you said Kell Brook getting offered money to fight Conor Benn.
Yeah.
I mean, he should take the payday. I mean, I would. I mean, I don't necessarily think he's going to beat Conor Benn. I think that's a setup to get a good name on Conor Benn's record, if I'm being real honest about it. I mean, what do you guys think? Do you guys really think that you think Kell Brook beats Conor Benn? It's a close fight, or do you think that's a setup? Because I smell setup.
I mean, it's a good fight, This version of Kell Brook that fought Khan, he looked decent.
Nah, he did, but I mean, Khan looked like trash. Let's be real. I picked Khan to win, too. I had to eat my crow on that. He looked horrible. I don't know what that boy was in there trying to do. So, I mean, we can take that at face value. Like, yeah, he beat Amir Khan, but what version?
Mm-hmm.
But I don't want to take up too much time, man. Shout out to TBV. Y'all have a good evening. I'm going to stay listening.
All right, brother. Thank you for calling in.
Yo, Nuts, before you head out, man, I got to jump out of here, man.
sure.
King Amina Vest 61. Catch me, King Amina Vest 61 on Instagram. Also, I'm on Twitter. Twitter making hella noise, talking to all the pundits and all the fans like us. Check me out on Twitter, King Amina Vest 6 on there. Also, King Amina Vest 61 on YouTube for those championship rounds. And definitely, if it's a fight chat jumping off, I'm in there. And definitely be back on Sunday for that flagship, ladies and gentlemen. Fellas, I'm out.
Yo, I mean, you got to follow me back, man, on Twitter, TBV_casual fam. And I've been hitting you up.
Oh, man, ain't nothing. So say less, man. Say less, as the kids say.
Okay.
I'm on it.
All righty then. Let me get to LV Slugger on Skype using that raise your hand feature.
Only time y'all see me in Rays is when I turn into the Bronze Bomber. I want a body, and he gonna be the body. The ambulance better be ready. The medical better be ready. The referee better be ready. They better have that towel to be able to throw it in.
SDS Promotions.
Was he right?
LV Slugger.
LV Slugger.
Yeah, he always trying to get that Bluetooth to work, man. LV.
Hello. TBV.
What up?
Bluetooth activated.
What up, fellas? Yes, what up?
Yes,
what up, man? Yes. Looking forward to tomorrow, man. We got a nice little, junior welterweight bout. Jose Ramirez coming off his loss from Josh Taylor. See what he looking like against a good 140-pounder in Pedraza. A two-time champ. So I definitely think we're gonna get our money. Well, I ain't gonna just say our money worth, but it's just gonna be a good fight. I think it's gonna be a good fight. I think Jose, with him being the former champion, unified champ, I think he'll be able to, got enough tools in the two parts to, get the job done. But I do expect a good fight, and I wouldn't be surprised if Pedraza was able to, pull out the upset. But I'm looking forward to that one. Man, y'all was on a lot of shit. I'm not really sure, where to go. I know y'all was talking about Ryan. You know what I'm saying? Ryan finally about to get back in the ring. He been on Twitter a lot, doing a lot of Twitter talk when these other champions, these other guys at 135 out here active. He had a lot to talk about on Twitter. So, we finally get to see him back in the ring and see how he look. So, I'm looking forward to that as well. What else y'all had? Was talking about,
David Benavidez, Charlo, do they deserve a Canelo Alvarez fight?
Absolutely. Two undefeated champion. David not a champ right now, but he is a two-time champion, undefeated. I feel like if any of them names that he just did that beat on this undisputed run, I can make a case that Charlo and Benavidez have a bigger case than any of them three names. You know what I mean? Caleb Smith, he did the Super Six. He did what he had to do to get the shot, but I'm not really sure who Billy Joe beat at 168 to get that belt. You know what I'm saying? So I don't really know who he beat at 168. And the Yildirim fight, man, we all know what that is. I mean, that was a Mando. And the Caleb Plant, he was just right place, right time. You know what I'm saying? But I do think Charlo Benavidez do deserve a Canelo shot, but we all know how Canelo, he on top of this shit. Number one, pound for pound. Number two, however you want to mix it up. But he gonna move how you want to move right now. Undisputed in less than a year. You know what I'm saying? Like I said before, man, I ain't really got no problem with the decision he made with Bivol. He a champion, big guy, a boxer. So, I had no problem with the Bivol fight, but I would have preferred the Charlo or Benavidez route. But yeah, man, that's all really I got to say, man. I know y'all got a couple other topics y'all had. I don't know if y'all talked about the Joshua supposed to be fighting the interim before fighting the U6 or something like that. But did he name any opponents?
Nope.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah. And the Conwell, that's another name that ain't been active. I believe that's the Bella fighter. We all know what he did in the ring. He got that on his resume, but I'm excited to see how he look at 154. So, hopefully he can get a title shot sometime this year, man. But they just released May 14th. We finally gonna get undisputed at 150.
Damn, let my man get a little cut. He just kept it going. Bell usually mean it's over, champ. Now, listen, I got a couple other people there, but go ahead and raise your hand. Let me know. I got Info Joe. I got PBC. I got Coach Myers with his boomerang. Davidian. Let me know if any of you four gentlemen are trying to jump on the live show. If not, we will be looking to wrap it up. If you're listening to this, go ahead and hit that thumbs up button. It's going to help with the visibility of the show and put this in the eyes of other boxing fans.
Because you know, there ain't no show without Info Joe.
Are you ready for our next bout? Let me hear you. Shout out to the boxing gods. It's showtime.
TheBoxingVoice.com.
The fight starts now. Give the fans a show and let your hands go. Puff Puff Pastries on IG. Satisfy that cannabis-infused sweet tooth.
Yo. What up, my boxing brothers? What's cracking?
And folks.
What up? Kaz. What's up, brother?
What up?
That's on the
Ray the
what's your name?
business.
Ray
the business.
Yes, sir.
All right. What's up, champ? Shout out to the boxing guys, man. First things first, man. Let me jump into this Canelo thing real fast. Hey, man, you know we got over 200 or more good fighters, man. I'm glad we talk about Canelo more than we talk about anybody, man. I'm glad Canelo chose. I wish he would have chose Benavidez or Charlo, but it's cool that he chose Bivol. That's a good fight, a good challenging fight. But I'm glad so these other dudes can start making decisions, man. Make they blueprint, how they want to start this year off and end the year, man. So, you know what I'm saying? Like you say, Ness, make their own fucking lane, man. I'm tired of them waiting on, even though I didn't even want the Makabu fight. Shout out to Brandon Lenz. I'm gonna be everywhere right now. Give me a minute. Shout out to him. I agree. I do not like the Makabu fight. But even if Eddy just mentioning it, making these dudes think, okay, I can't look forward to fighting Canelo soon. Let me fight one of these other great fights. I'm going to go out on a limb right here. I say Benavidez, Charlo will sell at the box office and on pay-per-view just as good as Bivol and Canelo. Bivol don't speak no English. He ain't going to hype up the fight. Those two guys are. They can become great in their own lane just by doing that alone, and I believe that shit'll sell. Just as big, I'm going out on a limb. I know Canelo is the number one pound for pound right now. I'm talking about for hardcore fans, they will go to that fight and they will buy that pay-per-view, no doubt. Put me down for Jose Ramirez. I like Pedraza. It gets a bit kind of 50-50-ish. I'm been smoking that cushion. Hold on, champ. I need that shirt on. I got boxing going on. I got my butt going on. Let's go, champ. Shout out to Joshua. I think he need a good tune-up or something like that in between that before he goes back into that music fight. What else? You guys, Spence was dry, man. These dudes be having the opportunity to sell a fight, man. Ain't nobody say they ain't gonna even try to knock out one or the other. You know what I'm saying? Hey, man, shout out to Blair the Flair. I'm buzzed, yo. I've been eating edibles and shit too, making some shit tonight. Dudes that know how to sell a fight. I know Chris Colbert lost, but he know how to sell a fight. Shout out to them type of characters. Boxing needs that, man. You know what I'm saying? And I felt like the you guys Spence press conference was boring, man. Shout out. Let me ask you this, Ness and Enrique. Did he be saying some slick shit, man? You guys look like a cold pimp. If you didn't know he was a fighter, you know what I'm saying? He like a rapper or something like that. He looked like he say some slick shit in Spanish. Do he?
Nah, he was righteous, man. He just righteous for what I saw. You know what I mean? He wasn't saying anything slick. Not yet, at least. Hopefully he does get slick. I mean, I really was just introduced to him through the Manny Pacquiao fight. He didn't say anything slick there either.
Okay. He look like that dude though, don't he?
He does look like that dude. He does.
Yeah.
He a righteous brother. He didn't he do a moment of silence for like the Russian, I mean not the Russian, the Cuban political prisoners.
Yeah, he did. What else? Let me just chime in on last week's fights, man. I like Antoine Russell, man, but like my guy Anthony Edwards said, he looked kind of Sean Porter-ish at times. He need to tighten this shit up like his brother with his defense. You know what I'm saying? So he was falling in, looking like kind of like Sean Porter. And Josh Taylor don't even think about going up to 147. I don't see him beating nobody in the top 5. Hit them thumbs up. You're listening to the #1 pound for pound boxing podcast, TBV. I'm out, gentlemen. Peace.
Joe.
Hey, Ness and Ray could answer this. Yo, a lot of like Canelo made the choice, right? Eddie Hearn brought the offer. Obviously, it makes sense for them. Charlo and Benavidez make sense to other people. Yeah. Do you think it's an American European thing and a European decision? The fighter, even though it's Bivol, it's just much more of a bigger fight, regardless. Overall, take away everything, just who shows up to watch it, the fight, considering both, Canelo and Bivol.
In like why he made the decision to go.
Yeah, like why? Yeah, why was that the match make the make? Because some people are arguing, Benavidez, but then Ness has his point of view where it makes sense, right? Oh, what does he have to offer? What does Charlo have? Who that have they beat? I'm like, yo, I don't know Bivol. Who has he beat? And then, but he's a champion, a belt holder, blah, blah, blah. Business makes the fight. Is that bigger business and the belt combined?
So
and we're just like, yo, Benavidez and Charlo because we're Americans.
Yeah, this is something that we touched up on before you hopped on, but I'll break it down in my point of view, and I've seen Canelo reiterate this on 2 separate points. First one is that the PBC offer it wasn't intriguing to him. It was 2 title defenses. You know what I mean? He's already won all those titles. He's searching for greatness, right? He's got goals in mind, and that doesn't help him reach those goals. Then you look over at the Matchroom side. Okay, I can get that 175-pound belt, be at least on a road to undisputed because the other 3 belts are getting unified over on that top rank side. Then he's got to make that deal somewhere down the line after this deal. But at least he's on the right path. And then you can close out that chapter with Triple G. They're both for the same money. But the second point to him taking that deal, which I feel like was probably the biggest point, is the fact that when it comes down to business, who do you want to be in business with? Do you want to do business with Al Heyman and PBC? That, I'm sure everything is fine with them in a business relationship, but we know that they did have some road bumps in making that last fight, that Caleb Plant fight that delayed it from September to November. Or do you want to work with Eddie Hearn again, who you guys have a great business relationship? Everything's super easy, super smooth, and you guys actually have a great personal relationship as well.
Yeah, there's a relationship.
Yeah, so on 2 different sides right there, if they're both for the same money, then it's an easy choice at that point.
Has nothing to do with the opponent being harder, the opponent attracting more in another country.
No, at the end of the day, I mean, opponents are going to be there. There's always going to be an opponent. And now Canelo's, like y'all been saying on the show, he's finally saying, kind of giving them that ultimatum, like, hey, look, like, if I'm going to be doing this, y'all need to fight each other on that side. And then I'll see one of y'all. But y'all just need to fight on that side.
Until then.
And I mean, at the end of the day, it's Canelo doing the numbers. It's kind of like how the whole Tyson Fury, Dillian White thing just went down. Dillian White was saying like, oh, I want a different split. This 80-20 isn't fair. But Tyson Fury showed up to the press conference by himself and then sold out all of Wembley a couple hours later by himself without Dillian White even being there. So that's one of those things where, Canelo has that same star power, if not bigger. And no matter what he does, you know, there's going to be eyeballs on him.
Yeah, that just makes sense why Dylan White didn't show up. He's like, damn, 20%? Well, then sell the fight by yourself.
Yeah. And it turns out they didn't need him. Shit, he should have got 10.
I got Mr. PBC waiting to jump on the show.
Did he raise his hand, though?
Yep.
Okay.
Premier Boxing Champions presents
Mr. PBC, baby.
Anybody think they see some flaws in my game? Call out.
Hey, Buzz, stop crying, nigga. Join the team.
Al Heyman is a blessing to the sport of boxing.
The sun is shining, the checks stay signing.
Fuck Top Rank. Good job, Al Heyman.
Last time I checked, unifications trump mandatory.
Because Al Heyman and PBC offered me something bigger. Show me the money. I guess I gotta be like everybody else and saying Al Heyman. I can quit my job now, baby.
SDS Promotions.
PBC, baby.
Yo, what's good?
What up?
Man, perfect bedtime story, man. Having a good nap, so you guys talking. I think Charlo and Benavidez should fight each other, of course. I've been saying that. See who the best is. And right now, obviously, the person with the best that did what they need to do in their division is obviously Bivol. Sad that, what's his name, couldn't make that fight with Joe Smith, though. That would have been a good one. I got Ramirez and freaking Blair Cobbs.
Fell asleep. Sure.
Yo, you there, bruv?
You all right?
Bruvy,
What'd you say?
is you alive?
Yeah, it
No,
sound
that's
like you
my
fell.
call.
Oh, all right. Yo, Nest GTO, Instagram and Twitter. Catch me mañana morning. That should be everybody and all the calls. Double checking here. I got Davidian. Are you available? No, Davidian. You know how to raise your hand, so you definitely not available. We got to all the super chats. We out.
TBV_casual fan. That's my Twitter handle. At Fight Talk. That's my IG. Hit me up. Catch me tomorrow morning on the Boxing Voice YouTube channel. Yeah. Peace. We out.
Peace. We out.
Right up here at the Business Boxing on Instagram. Shout out.
Peace.